Happy Halloween, brother.
Happy Halloweeny, make you screamy.
Make you screamy.
What is
Nice
up?
and creamy.
Yeah, nice and
Boy,
creamy.
we ain't done with them spooktacular savings yet.
Not at all. The Spooktacular Savings Saga continues.
What'd you say? Spooktacular savings saga.
It does. I know, because I was just thinking, like, we were like, well, just let everyone know, we're going to try our best to record these shows a lot earlier now.
We ain't trying our best. We gonna do it.
Well, we're going to do it. Yes, we will do it.
I tell you what, because what they doing up at Hollywood.com, the way they piling work on me right now, if it don't happen on Monday, the way it's going, it ain't gonna happen at all after a while.
Well, we will definitely do it on Mondays.
Those fools are fucking with me, man.
Yeah, apparently.
Calling me every day.
Yeah, that stinks for you. Yeah.
But
Hey, you got to do it.
Do what you gotta do, man.
Exactly. But I was like, oh wow, that falls on Halloween. So
yeah.
I was like, well, we weren't gonna shortchange anybody as far as the show goes, and I was like, well, what can we talk about? I was like, I don't want to pretend that Halloween isn't going on while we're recording the show, because today is Hell's Night, Halloween,
the devil's evening.
That's right. So I figured we'd still
the witches' weekend.
We still have some fun with it a little bit.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
we still having a good time, man.
Yeah, definitely.
But I gotta tell you, I'm Halloweened out, but Halloween, as far as I'm concerned, that shit was on Saturday night for me.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I know, which I really wish I could have seen you guys over at the Nomads, because I know everyone was in costume singing their hearts out. And I got a call from Antonio last night, actually, where he was like, yeah, man, went over to Nomads and saw the guys, and I thought Corey was there, and
not Corey, but
Corey was there. Sorry, I don't know. I try not to do that, but it's just
you can't help it.
It's too fun not to. Yeah, but he was like, and he was a lot quieter than usual. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, did
what? I know. I'm trying to think.
I was like, did that bitch show up?
Is he trying to say like I'm obnoxious, you know?
No, he was just like, yeah, he was there, but he was just quiet as usual. And I was like, well, what do you mean? He's like, oh, yeah, he was dressed up as the Grim Reaper, and he was just quiet. And I was like, oh, okay, I know exactly what he was talking about, because it makes me think, okay, Corey was in character. That's
I was about to say.
Exactly what's
being
going on.
In character,
yeah,
yes.
I know. Where I'm like, okay, yeah, because all I thought about was when you were Rorschach one year, and how you were completely quiet. You were just kind of like strolling around.
Yeah.
And everyone, I remember getting there at the party that we were at. It was at Cyrus's house.
Yes.
At his Halloween party, and I was like, well, where the hell's Corey at? And I was looking around. But at the same time, people were wondering, like, hey, does anybody know who that Rorschach guy is? And I looked over, and I was like, beats the hell out of me. And then for a second, I noticed Rorschach, his walk. And immediately, I'm like, that's Corey.
Yeah.
And I remember Leon coming up to me and just going, hey, man, you know who that is over there? I was like, yeah, you can't tell who that is? He's like, nah, dude. He's like, I think it's so-and-so. And I'm like, dude, it's Corey. And he's like, no, I can't be Corey, man. He was like, I think Corey called me or something. He's not even here yet. I'm like, dude, that is Corey. I looked down, I was like, how long have you known this guy?
I know.
Look at him walk.
I'm offended now, you know.
No.
Shit, my big ass feet doing that goddamn Daffy Duck walking. You can't tell who I am right now.
Just because, and what also ticked me off was how like when you walk into a place, sometimes how you observe the room. Because you look at the most random shit, like, especially a table, and immediately I'm like, that is fucking Corey. I'll bet you fucking money right now that's him. Because he's looking at that goddamn table like it's the thing or something. Something exploded on that thing.
If Rorschach walks into the room and stares at a table, then it's me. In fact, if any guy in a costume, you can't tell who it is, and he walks to the room and he gets I tell you what, this is what you do at a Halloween party. You know I'm going to be at. If you want to know it's me, just set a room in the middle of the table. I mean, set a table in the middle of the room. And that'll be like a trap for me. It's like if I stop and can't move for about 5 minutes, I'm just staring at that table. That's me, you know.
You would look at that shit like it's a dead body.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing on it. You're just you're like studying it.
Yeah. I'm up here like trying to solve a case or something with this
I was
table.
like, boy, he's really in character.
Yeah, damn. So if you don't know who it is, if somebody comes in the costume, you can't see their face. If they stuck at that table,
yeah,
you got me.
And I remember looking at Leon, like, man, what kind of friend are you?
I'm offended that he didn't know me better, you know?
Yeah.
Because all these times I never go in trying to do that. I just think that people are going to guess who I am, and when they don't guess and I think it's obvious, I'm just not going to say anything.
Oh, dude, well, that's like the funnest part of dressing up. I mean, I don't know how many times we went to a party where we just went to like Walgreens, threw on a mask, and didn't say shit to anybody. Just walked in with our mask, just looking like fucking serial killers. I mean, looking like fucking slashers from a fucking Halloween movie. Just walking around, and everyone that sees you, it's like the $1 million question: who in the fuck is that, and why are they walking around so creepy?
See, that's what I'm talking about. Another phone call came in. Had to forgot about that one. I'm sorry, man.
Well, it's business. It's business as usual.
Busy business.
Yeah, like right now is at least what we're dealing with. It seems important. I would never get upset and go, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I wouldn't be surprised if you did. Don't get me wrong, because if I would, I'd be like, "What the fuck is going on here, man?
I'm not.
What about me?"
I know. What about me, boss? No, I understand. I understand. Our situation, and what's that's
going on.
more. Yeah, and I mean that's more important. Honestly.
I wouldn't stop if
I'm not going anywhere.
Like,
so I mean, if it was, I'm not a fucking prima donna. But,
like you sitting over
it's like
here.
there ain't nothing that's coming out of my mouth that's all that fucking important. We'll eventually record.
Oh, we'll get this
sooner
down,
or later. Yeah.
You're there looking at me like,
no,
smacking your mouth the whole time.
What the fuck?
Throwing shit at me.
Don't you know who I am?
Yeah.
Making me wait.
I know. I know you are. That's why I'm making you wait right now. No, man. Going back to Leon. You know what has me laughing about that whole thing with Leon? Because he'll say like, yeah, who is that guy? I don't know him. And then finally, when everybody like says that's Corey, he'll be the last one to say, I told you, I knew who it was the whole time. He stood up there with his hands on his hip. I told you who it was.
Yeah.
You didn't know.
I know. Always the last person to find out, but the first person to admit that he was the first person to know.
Sitting up there to act like he's Sherlock Holmes. Oh, it was elementary that it was Corey. Did you not see how he was walking in?
I'm sure when he was a kid, he's fucking watching Scooby-Doo going, man, I knew that all the time.
Yeah. It was Old Man Johnson. I told you.
I figured that shit out before those white kids, right when the show started, because their names were in the credits.
I know.
I knew.
So the rerun. Yeah. If he was on the Scooby-Doo team, they would have kicked his ass off by now.
I know. No shit.
He would have been the first one running with that damn dog. Zoinks! Running scared and shit. I was getting out of here. And then when they finally pulled the mask off, I told y'all. Told y'all it was Old Man Johnson. Old Man Smith. I mean Smith.
No.
Yeah, I told Ms. Smith. Yeah, I told you.
No, I think it'd be more like Scooby-Doo unraveling who it is, and it's Old Man Leon.
And you know what? When they pulled the mask off of Leon, he told me, I told y'all it was me. Told y'all when I was chasing y'all, I said, hey, it's Leon. Y'all, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I would have spoiled this entire episode if it wasn't for those goddamn meddling kids and that damn pesky dog.
I'm going to take the mask off. The spoiler. Tried to spoil this shit for y'all a long time ago. Told y'all it was me. No, you didn't. Shut up.
My God.
They put that mask back on. I told y'all.
Now I have a project for all this Spilios out there. Like somebody draw the last part of Scooby-Doo where they're pulling off the mask and it's fucking Leon.
And it's Leon, yeah. Leon.
Yeah, old man Leon.
It's Old Man Leon from the site.
See what you get, Leon, for talking shit about me on a couple of Coens. I heard that shit. I heard it. I got the internet too, motherfucker.
He knew you was going.
Him and Grant. Yeah. Trying to help out my friends, and this is what I get.
This is the thanks I get. No good deed goes unpunished.
That is right.
Yeah, people on the couple of Coens Halloween special, which I guess it turned into a Halloween special. Yeah. Leon came on. He's saying, and it was cool. I really had fun.
No,
on that
it was
episode.
hilarious. I was laughing my
I
ass
had a
off.
great time. That show has never been better with Leon.
You are absolutely right. I mean, honestly, that can go without saying, since Leon like basically just took the reins. Yeah, came in and helped you take the reins on that show. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
that show's been a blast.
No, he is amazing. I've had so much fun on there, and he and the cool thing about Leon is that, he listens to our podcast too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he'll tell us, like, I was at work, as many shows as we've had Leon bashing, he still hangs in there.
Oh yeah. No, he sent me a text as soon as our show went out. Like, he's like, man, I'm sorry that happened to you at that party, but this shit, your storytelling, that shit is cracking me the fuck up.
Yeah, he was.
I can't. And he wrote LOL exclamation, like 5 exclamation marks.
LOL.
I was like, yeah. Well, I was like, I'm glad my sad story is giving you all kinds of amusement.
He was, because he was. I mean, when he says that, he was genuinely amused, because he was laughing as he was telling it. He almost had water coming out of his eyes. He was talking about, but that fool was talking about. And for a recap, if you haven't listened to Let's Do This, the Spooktacular Savings Special.
That's right.
Co-host was telling about this girl who came up to him and Grant, who was drunk out of her mind, and Metal Virgin was holding her by the hand, guiding her around the party, and she just happened to stumble across co-host and Grant, and she was like, "Well, you bringing me out here? What you bringing me out here for?" And she looked at YouTube. She's like, "These guys they're not even cute." And, and of course, 10 weeks later, you still goddamn that girl, girl, goddamn.
I kill her. I kill the bitch.
I will destroy her. And Leon,
when ugly attacks, how dare she?
And Leon heard it. And the funny thing is, it's a girl who is the girlfriend of somebody who was within the Leon group.
Who's a very good friend of ours.
Who's a very good friend of ours, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so Leon was listening to you tell that story, and he was he revealed on a couple of Coens how he just thought that was just hilarious. It was like your pain was just hilarious.
Oh yeah, hey, I find my pain hilarious sometimes. When I listen back to it, I'm like, oh man.
And he like he fronted you out on that too.
He did.
Because he was. What was he saying? He was saying like, because he said your version of it was, man. It was even like 2 hours later. Co-host told Grant, man, can you believe that you and I are still talking about this? And Grant like, yeah, we are talking about this. But Leon's version of it was, Grant actually said, like, you talking to him. He's like, yeah, Grant, can you believe that we're still talking about this 2 hours later? He said, Grant was like, no, really, I can't believe that we're talking about this 2 hours later. Yeah. I wish we were talking about something else.
Which is funny, because when I heard that, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was there with Grant. How is he going to tell me his version of that story? Or how am I going to hear that version of the story? I'm like, okay, look, I don't want to turn this shit into Jersey Shore. I know. This is how reality TV is made.
Now, look, we always say Grant has that allegiance to Leon.
Oh yeah, he does.
Every time we
I know, Corey. Yeah, now I know.
I told you. Every time we say something about Leon and Leon is listening to him at work and Grant's sitting next to him, we always say, Grant always has to turn around to him like, hey, Leon, they talking about you, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man. They always poking him on their show. Hey, man, they talking about you, man.
My friend Grant, a.k.a. Salacious Crumb.
Yeah. I know. A.k.a.
Let me tell you the real story, Leon.
Benedict Arnold. Benedict Salacious Arnold Crumb.
I was like, well, what am I dreaming this shit? I was like, you know what? Never mind. I can't win.
Later on at work when Grant was sitting next to Leon, he told him,
hey, Leon, I was on your side, man. It really didn't happen like that. It happened just like you said it. That's how it said.
When people talk shit to me, I just run away. I don't dwell on
it. It happened just like you said. I wasn't. You tell the truth, Leon.
While he was sitting on Leon's lap.
I know. I was like, man, that's the last time I stick my neck out for a friend and myself.
So you trust no one.
Yeah, it's like my number one rule, and I keep fucking it up. I'm like, God damn, there's another one for the books right there.
They said,
I got to go to school and teach kids about this shit.
I know. All I heard was, and girls like, what's that sound? Oh, wait a minute, that's a bus. I'm gonna throw coals right under. And somehow, when Grant threw you under that bus, when you turn around and look at the bus coming towards you, Grant was driving it. Oh, by the way, welcome to Let's Do This, everybody.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, today you know what? We are still. By the time you hear this, Halloween will be over for 48 hours. But as of right now, we are still continuing the spooktacular savings.
That is goddamn right. We are living it.
We're crazy here,
living the dream.
And today, boy, we got some Halloween stories. Look. Halloween, we talked about some scary things on Halloween.
Oh, yeah, we did.
But to some people, you'd be surprised at the things that scare them.
Yeah.
I mean, we have some people who were straight up hardcore killer ex-con looking man who were scared of, well, we'll tell you about that in a little while.
Oh, yeah. And you know, it's one of those things where I'm always wondering, like, you know, hey, I know we're all scared of the boogeyman, but what is the boogeyman scared of?
What is the boogeyman? You probably think to yourself, what is he scared of? More time in prison? No, he'll do that. He's willing to do that.
Warrior?
Bullets? No, he probably has a little bit of shrapnel in his ass still. You know, that dude eats a bowl of bullets every day for breakfast. What can scare a man that looks like a Mexican Mike Tyson? You know, even scarier looking than Mike. What is it? We're gonna tell you in a little while.
Oh,
you're never gonna believe. Yeah,
stay tuned.
We have more blaxploitation horror foolishness going on.
Yes.
What is it? What was that?
Blaxploitation her.
Her. Oh, her. Black her.
Black her for you.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't get enough of that.
No.
And this is the new one on us. I asked you because I always figure you'd be the expert on blaxploitation.
And I'll tell you, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I think I might have heard of this, but if I had to think about it, I'm just gonna say no.
Okay.
I haven't heard about this before. I haven't. And even if I have heard about this, that's all it is. I just heard about it.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen the stuff that you're showing me from this. People, last week we told you about Blackenstein,
right.
Blackula, Dr. Black and Mr. Hyde. Yeah. We told you about the Blummy.
Yeah, the Blummy.
Told you about
that's my favorite.
The Blair Wolf.
The Blair Wolf.
We even told you about Count Chocula and his blackness. You know, we put them all out there, but we got more. There's still more going on out there.
Thank God.
So, yeah, I know. Can't get enough of it. So we got more to tell you right there. And on top of that, I don't know. I guess co-host is going to tell me a little more about his holiday weekend because
that's right.
Because I've already told you all about mine. I'm Halloweened out. I told you about everything I could between Let's Do This and our weekend Halloween night show that we did for a couple of co-hosts. I have no more. I can teach you no more, my son.
You a drain. You a.
I have no more her to tell you about.
Well, I have an interesting story, especially it made me think about what we were discussing on the last Halloween show.
Okay.
About just having to deal with people you just don't want to fucking deal with.
Oh man! Wait a minute. Yeah, you told me you went to a haunted house.
Yeah, some disgruntled employees that I'm like, what the fuck? You getting paid, right? What the hell are you so disgruntled about?
What happened?
What are you doing that is so fucking disgruntled? And I don't see anybody building rockets out here.
Yeah.
Well, basically what had happened was that the night you guys were at Nomad, I had told a friend that I was gonna go. He was coming in from out of town. I was like. He wanted to go to a haunted house. I'm like, all right, let's go to fucking House of Torment, which is like this huge fucking warehouse of a haunted house. And so as soon as I get there, I'm supposed to meet them, but as soon as I get there, I asked this one chick, right? This chick who works there, she's like a staff member. This chick, she's like in her late 40s. She has one of those. She looks like somebody's mom, and she's Hispanic, right? So she looks like one of those hardcore mom Hispanics that will beat your ass at the Walmart.
Oh, shit.
You know, if you start talking shit, where she has like the short hair, it's slicked back. She's wearing glasses. She got that fucking witch makeup, even though that's not part of not part of any kind of costume.
She's a witch every day.
Oh yeah, she is fucking yeah. She just looks mad pissed. So I'm like, hey, where's the line to get tickets at? Immediately she tells me, we're over there. Just go over there. And she doesn't even look at me. She's like, get over there. And she gestures me like, get the fuck out of here. And I'm just like, what the fuck broom crawled up your fucking pussy?
Well, no, yeah. What bat flew up your cooch right now?
I know.
Now, was she in character for something? Like, was she a werewolf? Like,
they fucking should have thrown. They should have thrown a fucking big vagina on her fucking over her fucking walking corpse. But no, she was working there. She was staff. She's there to help people look for shit. Cause she was just wandering around, and I'm like, what a bitch. Yeah. So I'm in line. And it's one of those lines where you look at it and you're like, all right, I want to fucking go home. This is fucking retarded, you know.
Way too long.
It's way too fucking long. You're looking at the line to get to the tickets, and it's way too fucking long. And then you're looking at the line to get in, and it's fucking retarded. It's like, you know, this place, it's a warehouse in the middle of a mall parking lot. So, I mean, it's like, holy fuck, this is stupid. So, as soon as having to deal with that fucking bitch made me just want to go home. And I get a call, and my buddy's like, oh, hey, we're here. And I'm like, oh, you're here because, dude, I'm glad because, I mean, do you guys really want to do this? Because I'm looking to fucking leave. And I was like, hey, my buddy was like, hey, hold on, we're having a problem over here. And I was like, oh, no shit. So he's like, yeah, let me call you back in a minute. So he ends up calling me back, and they all come, and I was like, what was going on? He's like, we just had to deal with this fucking bitch. And I was like, really?
Oh, so she was mean to them, too.
She was mean, yeah, and I was like, well, the thing is, I didn't know who they were talking about. I was like, who was it? And I was like, wait, stop. I know who you're talking about. It was this bitch who looked like she beat her kids at the fucking Walmart. Yeah. Mexican brujeria.
The one that had the bats flying out her vagina.
Yeah, I know. And they were like, yeah, you're right. And the thing is that one of my friends was talking to her, like, hey, how do we get to the box office to get our tickets that we got offline? We got online. And she was like, I don't know exactly what she told them, but she said it in such a bitchy way that my friend was like, hey, we're just asking a question here. Why are you giving us all this attitude? And she's like, look, I had a fucking long day. And she started going off about how her day sucked. And my friend looked at her and said, you know what, you're acting like a real cunt right now. And apparently she got mad. And he was like, you know what, shut the fuck up. Let me talk to your boss. Let me talk to somebody who's over you. Yeah. And apparently They talked to somebody, and we ended up getting VIP passes, which, you know, that's like $50, and that's $50 I thought that the place lost. Where I'm like, I wonder if they ended up firing her, because the thing is, before my friends came to tell me what happened, I saw the same fucking lady walking out towards the parking lot, like she was just walking towards the parking lot. So I was wondering, I was like, I hope to God they fired that fucking bitch.
You know what? Okay. First of all, I'm glad she didn't say something like, well, I need to help y'all. Y'all ain't even cute.
Yeah, I know.
You would have burned that place down.
No, I would have burned What? I would have burned everyone in line. No.
You would have been like at the end of Carrie. You just would have. Everybody just would have got chained to the wall, and your eyes would have started glowing red.
Cars would start mowing down people.
Mowing down people.
That steamroller from Maximum Overdrive.
Start rolling over kids and shit. No, but I bet what happened was, I've seen situations like that before. I bet what they did was they probably scolded her, but they just said, look, just go home.
Yeah.
You know, they probably even said, you're fired. They probably said, just go home now. Maybe she got fired after that. Maybe they just said, look, we need to talk. Or maybe they gave her a reprimand. You know, I've seen places like that where they hardly ever fire people.
Well, if you think about it, it's a seasonal job.
Exactly.
So why would they keep her? You know, those people are going to be unemployed as soon as those places shut down.
That's why they would keep her, because it's seasonal, and this late in the game, they're just kind of like, you know, if Halloween's almost over. We got it for 2 more days. Just fucking tell her to go home.
That's true. I guess it'd be better than hiring somebody else.
Yeah. You know, but hopefully, you know, somebody tell her, like, nah, look, don't bring that shit back here tomorrow. Okay?
No shit. Because I'm like, you know, I understand dealing with people is fucking tough, especially in a situation like that. You're dealing with kids doing that shit, but you got to stop and think, look, this job isn't that fucking hard. You're just hanging around, and you know what? Be polite to people who are spending fucking retarded money on a goddamn haunted house. You know, it's not like you're getting anything besides a cheap scare.
Yeah.
So it's like, calm the fuck down. I mean, get into the fucking mood. I mean, I worked at a haunted house. for 3 seasons, and that was the best fucking
I know,
time.
have
That was
fun.
the best job I've ever fucking had in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, and I love this, what I fucking do here. I don't consider it a job.
Yeah.
And with that place, it was the same thing. I didn't consider it I can act like a fucking goofy retard all fucking day long, and you know,
you can be yourself.
I got a couple of quarters out of the fucking gig. But this lady fucking was just, I don't know what her fucking deal was. But the thing is, hey, you know what? We got VIP, which is fucking great. Because the VIP line, there was no VIP line. As soon as we got our tickets, we just walked the fuck in,
now,
and you see all these hordes of people just standing there looking.
See, that's what I'm
going
to ask you. What does VIP do? Like when you walk in, does Dracula bring you to a room, take your shoes off, and rub your feet? And
Oh
shit?
yeah. They give you a goblet with hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate and shit?
Yeah.
You know, does Frankenstein bring you a first class meal and shit?
Yeah,
You know?
they bring out a wheelchair and like wheel you through.
Yeah.
No, all it means is that you're cutting in line. That's all.
Okay,
It means. It's like,
all right.
and I was like, wow, this is fucking cool, because I was like, you know what? That's more of a fucking haunted experience. Being in that fucking line, you know, having to deal with a bunch of kids and people who are just already annoyed that they're waiting in line. All I could hear is like, fuck, this line is long. You know? Like, fuck this. This is taking
y'all walking
forever.
by. See
Yeah.
See you suckers.
Yeah, it's like, and I was like, hey, you know what? Fucking being a bitch does pay for me.
Boo.
Yeah, boo, dude.
Yeah, shit. I thought like if you got VIP treatment, I thought they were gonna take you to a room and Elvira gave you a lap dance or something.
I fucking
Take it to the champagne room of the haunted house.
Oh boy, when Halloween's around, that's the first. Anytime I think about a girl in a fucking skimpy ass costume, all I think about is Elvira, my first true love, boy.
Jesus, boy.
And I would kill. I'm surprised they don't have that anywhere. I would hire somebody to look like fucking Elvira to be in the haunted house, just to like fucking put a pole in the middle of the room and just have them walk around it, you know?
Yeah, for the guys there, you like, hey, you got a choice. Do you want to do this haunted house shit? Or better yet, for the VIP treatment, do you want to go with see Elvira and get them Elvira titties in your face?
That's right. Get some Elvira titties and some champagne.
And some champagne, some champagne.
Champagne.
No, they'd have to like they'd have to like make a Halloween thing out of it, like, you know, instead of champagne, they'd be like, do you want some of the old bubbly blood or something like some stupid shit like that? Hey, whatever, man. Just Elvira topless, I'm fine. I don't care what you want to call it. You call it shit spectacular, whatever. I don't give a damn.
Some Don Dracula
in
your cup.
Don Draculon. Hell yeah.
Oh man, but that was a fucking blast. Oh man, you know what? To me, it's not really Halloween, a full-on experience, unless you go through a haunted house. It's as silly and ridiculous as those things are sometimes. I mean, those are always a fucking blast. And I get excited when I see people just standing there not knowing what to do when they're in costume and trying to scare you. Like, if you think about it, those people are in those houses for a good, probably around 12 hours.
Yeah.
If you really think about it. And you know they're exhausted, they're tired, and they just ran out of ways to scare people. Or I saw some people just standing in the corner just going, row, row. Just standing there leaning against the wall going, row. They stick one arm out, blah.
You know what they probably
the weirdest noises.
Some part girl got tired and called up and had his retarded brother brought there. Just put him in a mask and just sat him in a chair, and he's probably really trying to have conversation with people. He's probably trying to say hello to people. That probably translated, hey, how are you today? And everybody like, oh, that's creepy.
Yeah.
Somebody put a goddamn skeleton mask over his face.
I saw some short person in a mummy type costume, and all they did was stand in the middle of the room and twitch. They just stood there until you kind of it was so dark you couldn't really see them, so you're just walking around something. And then the person twitched and went, I was like, what the fuck was that? I was like,
man, it sounded like they got the workers there. They got them from the Austin State Middle School and put them in costume.
Where, you know what? I was like, if I ever had a haunted house, I would fucking get every homeless person off the street that I can find and just throw them in that fucking haunted house and just have them wander. I'd put food in select places so they'd have to go and hunt it down and just scare the fuck out of people doing that.
You know what I would do? I would get a homeless person in there, and I would pick a random person that paid to come in, and I would take like a piece of fishing wire and put it, and at the like one end I would like glue to their tape to their leg, and the other end would have $1 on it, and I would let them like walk through there, and I would set that homeless person free to like chase their ass to the come here, give me that, give me, I'll get you, get over here, that's mine.
And for the grand finale, we'd stick one in one room and then set them on fire.
But man, if you've gone, I don't want to be. I'm not trying. Yeah, set him on fire. I'm not trying to be mean here. But I'm telling you, what you saw at that fucking haunted house, somebody sitting in the corner talking about I'm gobbling, and somebody in the middle of the room talking. I've been to the Austin State School. You know, they have the mentally ill, and it's the same fucking thing without having costumes.
No shit.
I'm not lying to you. I think I've told this before, but I went to a concert. Where it's like some friends of mine, they got they were in a band called the New Wave Hookers, and their whole act was to dress up in drag and play like punk metal. And these fools they were talking about, man, and these are guys I used to work with, a guy named Josh and a guy named Mark, and they came in one day and they told everybody like, yeah, we got a first gig, you guys got to come out, and we were like saying, well, we'll see, and they're like, no, you have to come out to this. And we're like, why? They're like, hey man, check this out, our first gig is at the Austin State Mental Home. And we're like,
holy
why
shit.
the fuck are you performing at a mental home? Like, your first gig is at a mental. Okay, I guess I can see that. That's your story. Those fools. And they said, man, you got to come out and see this. And I was like, you goddamn right, I'm going to be there.
Oh yeah,
and
I would do it in a heartbeat. Yeah.
And those guys, I mean, I would say kids, but you know, they're adults. A lot of them are adults. They're just mentally ill, and they were having the best fucking time. But they were like that. Like they were out there just losing their shit from this music, man. They were out there dancing and making noise like
You know what I think about? I think about the scene, the scene from Bronson where he's in that mental home and they start playing that Pet Shop Boys.
Yeah.
You see that one guy like fucking wailing his arms. And
what song are they playing? When I make lots of money.
It's a sin.
Oh, that song. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a sin. It's a sin. Yeah, I know that song. And that's what. Oh my God, that's what this was like.
That's
man.
what it looked like.
Yeah, some people just out there just screaming, man. One guy I told you, there was an old dude, man. The whole night he had a b-boy stance. He was just standing with his arms like. And he would turn his thing is he had his hat to the side and he would turn his hat like to the front like this and he would turn his head to the side and get that stance again.
Oh my God.
That was the craziest. That was like being in a fucking horror movie because I was like my biggest scare. I know it's wrong to think this, but I was thinking if this place was ran by mad scientists and they locked the doors and like just dumped a bunch of sharp weapons in there and told those fools, go crazy, my children, destroy, killing, and that shit we couldn't get out, and they just murdered everybody in there. I was like, man, I'm laughing now, but I'm getting an image of every fucking 80s bad horror movie in my mind right now.
He just body parts in 5 minutes.
In 5, yeah.
Look like goddamn Chef Boyardee was in there. Oh God,
because everybody would look like raviolis.
I know.
Rigatoni.
I know.
Cut them to ribbons, my children.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, dude, it was those places are a blast. But yeah, I can't imagine.
I haven't been to a haunted house in a long time. That sounds fun, man.
I need to fucking, you know what? Because next year, you and I specifically, we need to like go to a hell house. We really do.
Oh no, man!
I told you last year about the one I went to.
I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah,
like last year, you went to that hell house.
Yeah,
that sounds scary.
That is fucking.
And tell
terrifying.
people what a hell house is. They don't know.
Well, hell house is usually put on by a church where I can't remember what particular like church groups do this, but usually these places, these churches are held in like more like rural towns, and they deal with situations revolving around their idea of sins, like sinners. Like, let's say you go out to a party, you get drunk, you have sex, you have unprotected sex, you end up getting knocked up, then that means that your soul's going to go straight to hell. And the reason why you're there is because you allow demons to talk to you. So the idea of this is that you go through all these situations like infidelity, having unprotected sex, thinking about abortion, contemplating suicide. You have all these scenarios.
Was homosexuality in there?
Homosexuality, being a crazy fucking soldier. All these situations.
Niggas.
Didn't see that one.
I just remember watching. What was it? Moral Oral. Mm-hmm. You ever seen that show?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
And they had a hell house like that. And one of the scary scenarios they walked through, and they had this guy come out and he's like, "I now pronounce you black man and wife." It was a black man. Actually, it was a white guy in blackface marrying a white woman. And that was like the horror scenario.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh god, now that would have been fucking priceless. I mean, they should have had it. Everything else was like offending everyone I was with when we went through there. Where I was like, calm down. We knew exactly what this was.
Into.
We knew exactly what we were getting into. Don't start huffing and puffing. I mean, this is fucking crazy. But where else are you gonna see anything like this? Where I mean, they had a situation where one of the girls who was gonna get fucking pregnant. One of the girls who had an abortion, you saw a video of an actual abortion, being shown on a TV.
Yeah.
And they were showing everything. Mm-hmm. And the craziest thing is there was a little kid. There's like a little boy he looked at least about probably 10, 11 years old. He saw this. And I was specifically looking at him because the TV was practically right in front of him. And he fucking closed his eyes, and his dad was like looking at his mom, who we had talked to while we were in line, who actually is a part of this church that was doing it. He was looking at her like, what are we doing in here? Like, this is fucked up like a kid.
I would have been telling her, hey, get you scared?
Yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. See what happens, kid, when you get pregnant?
You were looking for some thrills and chills. You got it. Scaring the shit out you now, ain't it?
That's right. That's some scary business, kids. Boo.
Shit, he might as well been looking like fucking Michael Myers chop up somebody.
Monster Hoda Chilatil. It's finest. Oh! Yeah, but man, they had some fucked up shit. But the one that really was like kind of upset me was one dealing with a soldier from the war, who was like having demons torment him. And basically, they portrayed him as just a fucking crazy guy who was going to go to hell because he allowed his voices to talk to him. And I'm like, really?
So forget post-traumatic stress syndrome. Yeah. Let's just blame it on demons.
They've completely blamed it on demons because they had demons they had like kids running around in like skull mask with like a Grim Reaper type cloak, like persuading this guy to do crazy. He's like, kill him. Kill the bitches. Kill them. Yeah, it's like they're all gonna die anyway. Yeah, and I was like, really? And this guy was pointing like a gun in your face. Like that was the crazy thing. This guy threw you in a van, drove your ass to some remote spot where I'm like, okay, now this part is cool. We were all thrown in the van. It's like, man, this is like crossing the border. And they took us to a remote spot, and they fucking dumped us out. And the guy was yelling at us while he was pointing like an M16 at us that looked like an actual rifle. And he even pointed at with my friend's head, and I was like, okay, this is fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. And it sounds cool, man, because
Oh shit!
Damn!
Oh my god!
Even that cat thinks that's fucked up. That cat just looked at you and heard that story. That cat was like, "Damn! What the fuck?"
That cat looked at me with this fucking
damn.
Like creepiest fucking. That cat just pierced into my soul.
That cat just said, "What is this hell house?" And that cat heard you telling that story. Like, yeah, man!
Holy shit!
Damn.
Oh boy!
Man, can you let her? Can you roll
yeah, I'll let her.
Go to the kitchen to do it. Man, yeah, people. Even we in here scaring the cats with our stories right now. Happy Halloween, everybody. We had a good week of podcasting, and I really appreciate all the comments that we received on all the Halloween shows. We had 3 Halloween themed podcasts going on There was, of course, Let's Do This, and then we had the League of Extremely Ordinary Halloweens.
Yeah. I actually popped up at the end of that one to shoot the shit. That was fun. Yeah.
And then a couple of cold ones rounded everything
That's
out
right.
so far. So it was a good week of podcasting.
Oh,
you know what, man? I was thinking
they
should. That's what I love about those hell houses, man. Look, say what you will about their beliefs are always going to clash with somebody's who's there, unless you're really buying into what they say. But I have to say, they put on a production, man.
They do, and I'm like, wow, why? I mean, really, why hasn't anyone taken this idea? Kind of take a little bit of the God out, at least where they try to get you to join their cult or whatever. I mean, but
that's what it is.
But and why don't they really expand on this? Because I tell you what, those hell houses are honestly a lot more creative than some of the actual big haunted houses that I've been to, where I'm like, wow, you know what? Even though, this may be a little rough for kids, but for adults would eat this shit up. I mean, they really would.
I gotta tell you, look, again, take your religious beliefs out of it. Mm-hmm. Those people know how to put on a fucking haunted house. If that's what you want to call it.
Yeah.
Maybe haunted house is the wrong word. They know how to make a fucked up house.
Mm-hmm.
Enough where even if you ain't really scared, you still walking out kind of creeped out.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things like they even had towards the end they had a school shooting scenario, which was like, man, where they had guns, they had blanks, they had production in this shit.
Production.
We were in an actual school cafeteria.
And the thing that they come in and try to talk to you at the end. Now I heard the one you had was a little bit. They weren't coming on as hard as some of the others, because Leon's been to a hell house, and he said they trapped him at the end and tried to sit down and really convert you or talk to you about, hey, what do you believe about this? Yeah. We need to save your soul tonight before you walk out of here. Those horrors that you've seen in there exist, and we cannot let it happen. They're like, hey,
haunt your ass all night.
Yeah. Do you want to live what you've seen here tonight? Yeah. Tonight was fake, but once you leave here, it's real. So
where they give you that, this one at least they gave you that option. They were like, you know what, you can leave, or you can go in this other room. And I'm like, let's go in that other room.
Yeah, man.
Let's see what else.
And that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I'm even weirded out by the fact that even if it's not that harsh, that they just come out and talk to you anyway. So I'm walking out of there like, what the fuck just happened? I haven't been, but I want to go.
Oh yeah, you need to, dude. You really do. Yeah.
I do. I want to go bad, man. And I already know. I already have my resistance up for their sales pitch and everything. So I'm okay. But
we'll plan for that. We'll definitely plan for that next year. Definitely, because I just haven't had time, to really go, because I wanted to find a different one. I was like, okay, I'm curious, we live in Texas, but I know there are a lot of rural parts where churches put on stuff, and and I talked to ladies, they do that to do stuff. I was curious, where does all this money go? And it goes back into the church more so for the kids to take them on trips.
Yeah,
because when you're living out fucking there ain't nothing for those kids to do except get fucking pregnant, fuck up, do drugs. I mean, yeah.
Look, I'm again not a religious person, and I don't agree with some of their. I think some of their beliefs are borderline crazy, and they need to be fucking told.
No,
but
they are.
They need to be challenged on that shit. Yeah. But the good things that they do, as long as it doesn't come with a caveat of hey, you better convert or we're not going to help. You know what I mean? If they do good things, I'm all for people doing good things.
Yeah.
You know what I want to do? I want to start a haunted house where you go through and they put you in a truck and they drive you out, and when and I don't know, maybe you even get blindfolded or something. They keep you under a sheet, and when they drop you off and drive away, you look around and you are over the border. Your thrills and chills are trying to get back. Dodging cartels and shit. What the fuck?
I beat you to that. I said that on Leo. I was like, dude, that would be the ultimate.
God damn it, you beat me to it.
That would be the ultimate horror experience.
Oh, god damn it. To listen to y'all more.
No.
But that would be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
As long as we're the ones driving the truck.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But
I like your idea of driving that truck. I'd say we take the truck. We take it to Mexico. Let me know if your idea is.
Yeah, I'm taking to Mexico.
You take it to Mexico and you let those people try to get back.
And let them get back.
That's the horror experience.
That's the whole. Yeah, you dodging cartels. You try not to get raped by the guys. The I guess they call them the wolves or whatever. That are trying to bring you over. Trying not to get killed for your I don't know, your shoes or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a real. Hey, those are real thrills. And chills.
Yes.
I would tell the cartels, I was like, or whoever's like guiding those guys, I was like, if you could just do me a favor and dress up like Dracula to keep with the theme, you know, do whatever else you need to do. But
that should be our next venture.
Exactly. Could y'all be some Hispaculas?
Yeah. If this whole podcasting don't work out, we'll pursue that. Called the Let's Do This Horror Adventure.
Yeah. Make a run for the border.
Yeah, I know, the border adventures.
Yeah, border adventure. The Let's Do This border adventure. Only on Spill.com. Man, you know what? I'm not going to go into details about it, but I told you, because I talked about it last year, I'll just say if we should try to do maybe a couple of things next Halloween, because I don't think you've done this. Have you done like I don't know if they'll do it again, because I think they have a theme every year where it's something different. You have these people who set up sort of an interactive haunted house adventure or the horror themed adventure or something, like what you are. God damn it! What you were talking about right there.
Yeah.
With the Hell House and these last year I went to this interactive themed spook ride, a haunted house ride, whatever. And I think the year before they had done like a science fiction theme or something.
Oh, really?
This year it was a zombie theme.
Oh, okay. Was it Cure for Cancer?
I don't know.
Type deal where it was out by Bee Caves, like that Bee Caves bridge, like out there in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I guess that was it.
Okay, yeah, because I think I probably went. Me and Jason Murphy, we went to an interactive one early at the beginning of the month. He just said, "Hey man, I'm going to this thing. You want to go?" And I was like, "Sure." And I didn't know that it was like this all out like interactive haunted house where it was like out on this land where you would get like in this scenario where it was like a choose your own adventure type deal, but the premise of it was that you were in this like circus that was like 500 years old, and all the souls of the circus were like in thread or something, so your job was to find this talisman and either destroy it or give it to the ringmaster, who would, let the souls continue to, have this circus. So you go through all these crazy situations. And this was like an elaborate fucking haunted house where they had like, it looked like a castle that you were fucking walking through. They had like fucking flamethrowers.
This was
in
it,
a corridor.
man.
Yeah, it's probably the same fucking thing. But this was more based on a carnival aspect. Yeah.
Yeah. This okay. I guess they have different themes every year then, because the one I went to was the zombie one, and you go in with a team of survivors, and you have to get an object to somebody who's running the resistance, and you have to avoid this evil corporation, and especially the scientist that's running it from catching you.
You scared me. I thought it was a zombie.
There's a dude walking outside now. There's a car in front of us, so all you see is the top part of the dude walking by, and that dude is walking by real slow to the point he's like, and I saw co-host's eyes light up even greener than they are now. I looked outside, and I was like, "What are you looking at?" And I even thought like fucking zombie, man. And then that dude walked from behind that car, and he's got a cane. I mean, right now we're looking at this guy. I mean, if you look at this guy right now, he does like. Like, sorry. Shit.
I know. It's like, what the shit?
You know how it is when you're talking about shit. That shit, you start getting yourself wrapped up in your own story. You start thinking it.
And you're right in front of this big fucking window with no blinds, no nothing. It's just a big window.
Hell yeah. So if the zombies decide to attack,
oh yeah,
shit, we're done for. They run through this fucking window. Of course, we'll have plenty of time to be like in the next county, but if they're walking like this guy. But man, yeah. So they gave your team like whatever object you had to get to the resistance. Yeah. And so you're dodging you have to dodge like the soldiers with weapons. You have to dodge zombie attacks. And then there was this one badass part where they were like, oh, they let loose their secret weapon. It was a guy. He had, I don't know what the fuck, man, but it was a guy who was like about 8 or 9 feet tall. He was on, clearly on stilts, but he was dressed up like some sort of fucking cyborg. Like he was the major, like he was the general of the opposition group that was sent out to stop you. He was like some cyborg thing, and he was
like
coming,
the boss.
And I dropped. You're supposed to look out for your guy and help everybody get through and everything. I dropped my fucking weapon and ran like a motherfucker. I knew it was fake, but I was like, get down! I'm on you! Yeah, I was screaming like a girl. I'm on your side! Don't kill me! Oh my God! Don't kill me, man!
You start throwing people in front of them.
Yeah.
Your team. No, that sounds badass. I'm it's funny because when I was there, I was almost hoping, I'm like, oh man, I hope this is that thing Corey was talking about. But like I said, it was more of a circus. It was like a crazy circus situation.
Oh yeah. No. You
where,
sound like
you were running away from some crazy ass clown that was trying to kill you.
No, it sounds like what you had. Sounds like what you had was really cool, man. And I've been wanting to go and try different themes. Like my friend Jeff was the one that called me up. He said, "Man, just come on out." He's like, I forgot how he got me in because it cost some money to get in, but he just said, "Tell him you're volunteering and shit," which made me feel like shit because they were doing it for cancer,
Oh, okay, then maybe
if
it was
it's the same thing,
deal.
if it's the same thing you're talking about, I can't remember.
Right.
But now I'm feeling like shit because it's like, man, I like them paying anything to get in here.
Because it was $30, but I'm like, okay, I have no problem. But I know somebody very close to me that had cancer, so I'm like, okay, I had no problem. And when you think about it, I'm like, wow, this was definitely more of an experience than a lot of haunted houses I've been to. Just to where you're interacting with characters in these situations. You're sliding through shit.
Yeah.
You're running through a fucking corridor where they have flamethrowers, and I'm not fucking with you people. They have flamethrowers like shooting like back across the corridor area where you're like, holy fuck.
That's what they had here.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's what but they didn't. They had flames that were like, they wanted to look like it was like there was an actual factory or industry type setting in the background. So they had like these pipes set up with flames just shooting out of them.
Wow.
And that's what they told you. Like they said, you have to move with the flames. So whenever the flames aren't shooting up, hide under the darkness and low crawl your way through this next obstacle so you can't be seen by the soldiers.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, that shit was fun. But I tell you what, they had me holding whatever that secret object was that I had to that you had to protect. They let me hold that shit. When that fucking cyborg came out, I was like, take it! I threw that shit. It's yours!
You threw that shit.
It's like mine!
Yeah, I know.
Look, sir, look what I brought you. I work for you. I'd be that asshole in like horror movies or science fiction film was like, sir, I brought you this. I'm working for you. And they would be like, thank you. Now die.
It's like, but I helped you out.
Any man that would betray his own team will betray me. Now die. But no,
I helped you to help me. You promised you'd turn me.
Yeah, exactly. But you promised I'd live forever. You will with Jesus or something. I don't know.
Oh God, no. No, God.
Yeah. Oh, what was that from? 30 Days a Night?
Yeah.
Oh, God. No, God. Yeah, boy. No, my ass.
That is cool, though. I wish they would have had that zombie scenario. Because I tell you what, at the House of Torment, they had a thing on the side where they had all these stacks of like when you're at the like every time you see them in the movie, like just those metal like crates that you see like stacked up. They had the scenario where it was a zombie shooting gallery where you had paint guns set up. Yeah, you had paint guns set up. You'd walk up on this thing and you'd shoot zombies, and you're supposed to shoot them in the head. So it was like a zombie shooting gallery. But the thing is that they had techno music playing. They had like some dumb shit going on.
It was like laser tag with zombies.
Yeah, it was. And these zombies, boy, I don't know who they got to work this, but these zombies were fucking running. I was like, I've never seen a zombie run that fast. And hiding. Like you couldn't. All these motherfuckers were hiding, and I'm just like. Wow, that's a great
they weren't zombies. They were infected.
Yeah, they were infected, but they were fucking scared as shit. I'm like, wait, isn't the point of the game supposed to be like you're shooting at these things, but they're fucking like hiding for their dear life? They're like, we don't want no fucking kid shoot my ass in the face, will you? No, hell no. I didn't sign up for this shit because those motherfuckers look genuinely scared. And boy, you saw little kids running up there, boy, they were like, pa, 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 just going crazy with this techno music.
Man, that shit does scare the fuck out of me, man. I ain't gonna lie.
No, I've been fucking hit in the face with a fucking paintball, playing a fucking paintball, and that shit isn't fun. Where it hit my mask, and that shit still hurts. The force of it fucking hits you, and you get fucking paint in your mouth. And this was like my friend's girlfriend who just did not give a fuck. She was just shooting in my face and my ass and my fucking balls. I was like, whoa, calm down. What the fuck did I do to you? Holy shit.
You know what you did? You existed.
Oh!
No, man, I don't, that kind of stuff still scares the shit out of me.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't scare me. It's just like, but
No,
I
it
get,
hurts.
I don't do, that's why I don't do paintball, man.
Yeah.
I'm afraid, because I hear urban legends,
Right.
like about how somebody got shot in the eye playing paintball, and like their eye blew up and shit.
Yeah.
In fact, you want to hear something scary? Jason was talking about this on the loading bar. John Rubio was talking about how he was at a bar. Two guys got into a fight, and one guy threw a beer can at this other guy's face, and it hit the guy's eye, and the guy's eye just deflated.
Oh.
And just blood and water just seeped out of it.
Oh.
And it looked like his eye looked like a deflated balloon hanging out his eye. I was like, I'm hoping to God that, you praying
exaggerating or something.
Like that, like you didn't, you thought you saw that. You telling a lie. I hope to
Right.
God is, but I've seen crazy things, man.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I don't know,
A friend of mine who's really close to me, she said that they had to go to the hospital during one of the Mardi Gras that they had here in Austin. And this is when that one year, I wish I could remember the year.
When the cops were just shooting
When
everybody?
the cops fucking went crazy.
With rubber bullets?
Yeah, with rubber bullets. And they said that they heard ambulance. Like they said, it sounded like the fucking end of the world. Ambulances were pulling in with like truckloads of people. And somebody.
The cops just fucking.
Yeah, the
just
cops
injured.
Yeah, they did not
The
give
cops
a
are like
fuck.
zombies at night.
Yeah, no, the cops were fucking killing people, thinking they're shooting at people, thinking they were fucking zombies. And the thing is though, is that my friend, she said that she had the look of shock on her face because they wheelchaired this one kid in, and she said that his eye was hit. Whatever, she didn't know what it was until later on when she read about it. But one of the guy's eyes was hit in the socket where it was kind of like hanging down, and he had an ice pack on it. Because they didn't have time to like bandage up these people.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
That's some crazy, man. God damn.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's not funny. It's fucked up. I mean, I was like, wow. And I was out of town when that happened. When I got back into town and I started hearing about the news reports and reading it, I was like, "What the fuck just happened here?"
Damn.
Kind of shit's like people are having fun during Mardi Gras and you fucking
makes
going
my
crazy.
flesh crawl, man.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah, too bad it wasn't Halloween. That would have been a cool costume.
That would have been fucking the price of admission right there.
Yeah.
House of Horrors.
A street of horror.
Yeah.
Man. Well, shit, man. You know what? I guess we better go on and get on with
Oh
this
yeah,
battle
that's
cry
right.
here.
That's right. We can't forget
I'll
about
be
that.
talking all day about shit. Anyway, man.
Woo. That zombie's gonna come to the window going, when you guys gonna do that goddamn battle cry?
Yeah, he is. Damn, y'all ain't done, y'all. Let's do this yet.
Yeah. You know, it's funny we were talking about that because every street corner that I go to now when I'm driving, there's been two situations where I've seen a bum like walking towards a car. One of them is actually like right up here where we're
Is
at.
it the guy with the skinny legs?
Yes.
Oh, that guy, man, I feel
Dude,
so bad for that dude.
I felt so bad for him, but I only saw the top part of him. He was walking towards a car, and there was a truck blocking like his where he was walking, so I couldn't see. But the way he was walking, it was like shambling. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And I was like, that looks like a zombie. And as soon as I saw his legs, I was like, that is a goddamn zombie.
Yeah,
they were so goddamn thin. But I was like, oh man, because my friend was with me. He was like, holy fuck, dude, look at that. And he was like, what's wrong with him? And he looked at it. He's like, oh man, his poor
I know
legs.
it's the black dude with the skinny
Yeah,
legs. Yeah,
yeah.
I was like, man, that dude. He's skinny all over as it is, but even being as skinny as he is, how are his legs holding up his body, man?
Yeah,
and
I know.
If you look at his legs, that dude has found all kind of debris to splint his legs up with. I guess they're gonna collapse because
Yeah.
I looked at. I'm not even lying. I looked at his legs. He had twigs, rulers.
Really?
Fucking a metal rod, you know,
Holy shit.
yeah, to like tied around his legs. I think he had a mic stand tied around his legs.
Had a taco.
I think he had a taco shit. I think he had one of my microphones tied around.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's had all kind of shit tied around his legs, man, to keep him, like, just to keep them from cracking. I guess I don't know, but I was looking at that. I was like, whoa, man.
Yeah.
I was like, and you want to know something? And I'm not even making a joke. I see that dude walking around sometime, and I saw him the other day walking around with a big old white woman.
Really?
And I was, and you know, first thing I thought of was like, I hope if y'all are together, you are on top every time you have sex, because
that shit is dangerous.
Because that shit, you cannot afford to have her on top of you, man. I mean, with those legs, no, you're barely keeping up your little skinny body.
Can you imagine seeing that if she was fucking that dude and she's like on top and you just say you walk into a room and you see somebody, you think that chick is fucking a corpse. I mean,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And you know what? And if she was on top of him, she would be fucking a corpse after that, because that dude would not survive.
Unless his dick is the strongest thing in his body. And that's what's keeping him afloat.
And here's the deal, man. She wasn't even that big. I ain't gonna say she was that big. I mean, you know,
she was just really tall.
And for a homeless dude, it would even be attractive.
Yeah.
But for him with those legs, no.
Oh,
hell
man.
no.
Well, I'm surprised. I'm glad you know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I know, because I've taken note of that guy.
I was like, oh,
that guy,
poor guy.
Yeah.
Well, I want to give that guy money. Like, I want to give him money. It's like, please, like, get some meat on those legs or something.
Put some on those legs.
Go buy some pork chops, wrap that shit around there, whatever groceries you can get.
You can't tell him that, though, because I did tell him. I said, man, you got to put some meat on those legs. I drove back by again the next time. He had wrapped them around his legs like he did with everything else. No, I didn't give that steak to put around your legs, man. Cook that shit up and eat it. What's wrong with you? God damn it.
Oh, my God.
It works, though. Now, shut up. I started to tell him, and you know what? You want to stop the car and tell that dude, like, hey, man, you know what you should do? You need to, like, earn some money by being an extra on Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
That's his show. Let me tell you something. I got the address. I'm going to put you in the box and mail you to them.
Oh, dude. He would be working. You can only hope they'd never cancel that fucking series, because, that guy would be working.
That guy would be on every episode.
He'd be working in every goddamn zombie movie ever made. I mean, really.
Yeah.
They're looking for people like that. I mean, shit.
That fool,
Somebody
man.
do that. Yeah, I'll look for a fucking casting agency. Whoever is like, hey, here's money for a bus.
That would be my charity.
Here's an address. Yeah, go make a living. Yeah, go be famous.
I would tell him. I said, look, man, I'll even do some zombie makeup for you. Now, it ain't gonna be that good, but I guarantee you come shambling in like you are when you asking for money.
Oh, yeah.
And the way you walking up to these cars right now. Just walk out that box or walk off that bus doing that shit.
No.
And I can guarantee you'll be hired.
No shit.
I'm gonna talk to you about The Walking Dead, man. But I gotta talk to you after we do this battle cry.
That's
right. Here, boy. Because we built up some bootastic boo boo over here.
Oh shit.
Yeah, some bootastic bullshit boo boo over here to like put into the bullshit train.
That's right.
Cause I'm ready, boy. That bullshit train is pulled up.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
There it is.
Ready to go.
There it is.
You're ready.
That fucking train has a costume on.
Oh, yeah.
Look at it. That train got on that train has on the Green Goblin mask from Maximum Overdrive. Yeah. Man, I'm ready.
Nice. Are
you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready?
We're all ready. Let's do it.
Look at this fool up here. He's like Ghostie's dressed up as an abortion. Look at this. Oh man, that's not right. He's like I know what you want to do. You heard it was scary. You want to come in and scare us. That's not right, man. You can't do that.
Yeah, abortions. You can't do that. Abortions don't evolve that quick. They're abortions.
Exactly.
Come on, man. That costume don't even make sense. You should just be laying there.
God damn.
God damn.
Jesus Christ. Boy, can't depend on you.
Not right.
Dripping blood all over my floor. Look. Oh wait a minute. Heinz 50. Heinz 57 and ketchup.
Now you looking like a Chinese dish. Come on, man. Get out of here with that.
Ghostie, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna rub it on my bread a little bit so I can make my sandwich right here. All right, man. I'm ready.
You ready? I'm ready. Ghostie's fucking ready. Over here ready.
He's dripping ready.
All ready.
You ready? You ready? Oh yeah. That zombie's back outside. He's ready.
He's raising his cane. Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah. I'm ready. That zombie's ready. Let's do this. Oh shit. That zombie's out there like. Yes, boy. I think Ghostie's over here playing some music for right now. Well, I gotta tell you something.
It's the only way out.
Did you happen to watch The Walking Dead last night.
Yes, I did. I make it a point to try to see it at the Alamo Draft House every
so
Sunday.
it was playing there.
Yes.
That was a badass episode.
That was okay. I'm glad. I'm always like curious. I'm always like, because it's one of those things where I'm a little scared to talk to you about it because it's one of those things. I don't know why, because I know we both love that. I mean, we love that fucking comic book. We fucking love it, and it's one of those things where I haven't really heard anybody talk about the new season. I've read a few things like on the Facebook page of that where people were like, it's too much talking, it's not moving fast enough. And I just never know. I'm like, wow, I'm kind of curious where my friends are as far as this thing, because I'm like, you know what? Actually, I've been enjoying it. Yeah, there's some moments where there's some chatter there, or I wish it wasn't there, but they always do something to make up for it. But last night's episode, I was like, wow, what a perfect fucking like pre-Halloween episode, because wow, in that ending, I was like, oh.
Yeah, people, we hate to spoil anything for you, but y'all got to go away for about 5 minutes.
Yes,
talk about this,
please do.
We are going to talk about spoilers here. For anybody who's seen The Walking Dead, hang out for a little bit.
Yeah,
I'd even say probably 10 minutes.
If you have not watched the fucking show, don't be a bitch. Fucking just fast forward or whatever you got to do. Don't worry. Just fucking do it now, because I don't want to see a single fucking comment going, oh, you assholes, you had to spoil it, didn't you?
Now you know you're going to see it just to spite us. You know?
Yeah, I know. Never mind.
But yeah, go away now and come back in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
all right, go away now.
Yeah.
All right, man. I don't know what people are complaining about, because one thing that I look for in this show, I was like, I don't know if every episode has to have this, but at least for the past 3 episodes, they've had one great zombie set piece in there.
You're absolutely right.
You know, and I was thinking the first episode they had the part where the zombies were coming down the freeway and everybody had to hide under cars and
the herd coming down.
The herd coming through, and then in the last, well, not the last episode, but the episode before that, they had the one where the what happened with that?
They were at a FEMA spot.
That's where Shane.
Shane and Otis had to get supplies. To save Rick's kid. And that scene right there at the end of that, I was, because you're watching that scene and you're like, man, you're just like, where are the zombies? And boy, do they deliver the zombies. As soon as I said that, I was like, oh fuck, this is like fucking watching Day of the Dead. It's like the zombie and the zombies on top of that. The zombies, boy, they spared no expense on that zombie fucking makeup. That shit looks fucking incredible.
No, that makeup,
I was like, they had some
amazing.
creepy standout zombies in every one of those episodes.
Yeah, they putting them amputees to work.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah.
Shit, if you just came home, I'm not trying to be mean, but if you just came home from Afghanistan or something, you missing a limb.
Hey,
Walking Dead is looking for you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. I wish somebody would give me that idea if I came home with no legs. I'm like, life sucks, but hey, you know what? Might as well fucking make some money.
Might as well be a zombie.
Yeah, hey, gotta keep on going. Gotta keep on. I'm no quitter.
But I was watching it out. Anybody who's been watching, we don't have to explain. You know who Shane is. Mm-hmm. You know Rick and the rest of the crew, and you know Otis.
Yeah.
You know that Shane and Otis had to go to this school to get supplies to help Rick's son, who was accidentally shot by Otis. Mm-hmm. Didn't mean to do it.
Right.
I mean, it's a crazy world right now. You can't really blame poor Otis for doing that.
No.
I mean, that kid walked up there in front of a deer right when Otis was about to shoot it. Sorry, you know what happens. I mean,
shit happens. Yeah. But, happens all the time in the news. Yeah.
And Otis said, you know what? I feel bad for that boy. I'm gonna help go find the equipment that we need to operate on this kid, because they got to get this kid some anesthetic and some other stuff. And Shane decides to go along too. Actually, Shane says, I will go. And Otis says, I'll go too. I'm responsible. I want to help out.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I know what this shit is that we need.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure this kid is safe.
That's true. Yeah. And the whole time that they're there, of course, they get attacked by zombies and everything.
They're getting attacked left and right.
They just can't get away. Them zombies are like, fuck this, know. Yeah, they flank those motherfuckers.
Yeah,
man.
they do.
And so the whole time Otis is just by Shane's side, man. Just like, hey, I'm not going to leave you. We're going to get through this together. Mm-hmm. You didn't even think at a point, if it came down to it, they would just, each one of them would shoot each other in the head.
Oh,
not
easily,
each other, but they would shoot themselves in the head.
And the sad thing is that they're both like doing their best to work with each other as much as they can. I mean, you see that they're both concerned for each other's well-being.
Yeah,
which makes those scenes great.
Yeah, it is. They seem like a partner. They are the ultimate co-op gameplay in this.
You know what? You're absolutely right. Yeah.
And then a little bit of a bromance going on, but then. Shane tries to he takes a 20-foot fall from a building after he gets attacked from a zombie, and he was going to sprain his ankle. Either way it goes, it seems like if he was going to jump down.
Oh yeah.
and he can't walk too well. He's carrying heavy equipment. Otis is carrying heavy equipment, and Otis is just fat.
Yeah, Otis is fat, and Otis also hurt his leg too.
Did he hurt his leg
Yeah,
too?
from jumping from some bleachers. That's why they were both fucked. Yeah, they were both fucked. Because Otis is a big guy. He jumped off from some bleachers, and he landed on his leg. Like you heard like crap. And, yeah, it
so
was
they're
the
both
thing.
fucked
They're
up.
both fucked. Yeah.
Now here's where the things get dark and ugly.
Mm-hmm.
So they're both running with hurt legs and tons of equipment from these zombies, and those zombies are faster than they are at this point.
Mm-hmm.
They just can't make it. Now Shane looks up at Otis and says, "I'm sorry," and then
Well, the first thing is they both between them have only 4 bullets.
oh yeah,
Yeah, they both between them
and
only have about 4
they get down
bullets.
to 1 bullet each
Mm-hmm.
because they're trying to stop them any which way they can. So I'm thinking like, I don't know, maybe at that point I would have put a bullet in my head. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Shane looks at Otis and says, "I'm sorry," and Otis is like, "What?" and Shane shoots him in the leg. Now, first of all, if you're getting chased by zombies and your partner turns around, looks at you and says, and looks at you intensely, says, "I'm sorry," you don't know what he's talking about. Put a bullet in his head right then and there, because that don't lead to somebody looks at you in that kind of situation. I'm sorry, brother. It's like, okay, he's about to kill me.
That was almost like a warning.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was pretty much the biggest warning you could ever
and
have.
He shoots Otis in the leg, man,
Mm-hmm.
and just pretty much wrestles him down to the ground to where he's just bait.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh fuck.
That
man.
was so fucked. But Otis was fighting. As soon as it's like seeing the worst in people, where they like, fuck no, you're not fucking leaving me, and he's grabbing.
Oh yeah, he's like, if I'm
grabbing
going
the
down,
daylight.
you going with me.
You're fucking staying here with me. And you just see him like, you see Shane like, get the fuck off me, man, please get the fuck off me. He's grabbing his hair, pulling his leg.
He pulls his hair out.
Yeah, pulls his hair out. Yeah, and the guy was like, no, and you could just see like the look on his face, like, I do not want to get fucking torn apart, but if I am, you're coming with me.
Now, here's the question for people, and maybe I shouldn't even ask it because people will spoil it in the comment section. But I'm gonna ask.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know, because some people they're gonna answer anyway. I'm just like,
you know what? If you're a really cool member and you want us to like really like dig you, put it in our email. Like,
or better yet, you know what? They can answer, but answer without revealing anything.
Yeah.
But say something like, "I wouldn't have done that." Or
there you go.
Or
there
say,
you go.
Yeah, you damn right I would have done that.
Yeah, either say damn right I would have done that, or I would not have done that.
I would not have done that. So the question is, what I'm about to ask you, if you were in that situation, I mean, what would you have done? Or do you think what Shane did was right?
That's a tough one. In a situation like that where you realize like if that kid really meant so much to Shane, and I would probably say yes. It'd be the toughest thing to ever live with, but I would probably do it.
Really? So you do it?
I think I would. Yeah. Just
would you do it like that? Would you just leave the guy alive to be eaten alive like that?
I would like because I read somebody in a comment that I read of dealing with the show was like, why did he have to be such an asshole? Why didn't he just shoot him in the head and leave Otis there, leave his body there? And all I thought, the first thing that came to my head is like, why would you do that? If you shot him in the leg, he'd be flailing, he'd be crying, he'd be making so much noise that would be the biggest distraction for you to get the fuck out of there, even though it'd be horrible to listen to. You'd have to, as far as a survival instinct, you would have to do that.
Yeah,
he'd be the wounded animal, getting like,
of course,
bringing in all the sharks.
But don't you think the warm flesh would have? I guess if you're not moving or anything.
Well, it depends. Well, your flesh would get cold after a certain amount of time.
No, but right then and there, the warm flesh would have actually, I think, I don't know, would the warm flesh actually attract them? Or is it like
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's more the movement and the sound.
Because I know that they had the episode before then where what's the redneck's name?
Daryl.
Daryl, yeah. Where he saved the black guy by, he covered himself with a body and they just laid there. So of course they can't smell the flesh.
Right.
I guess they have to see it moving and they have to.
They have to see it. Yeah, I always think they have to see it moving. They just have to be aware of it.
And then they follow other zombies when they see
it. They can't. I don't think they can smell it because their senses are dead.
I'll put it this way. That would haunt me so bad. like hearing those last screams and that, and, you know, and that guy just being ripped apart. I don't think I can live with that after that.
Dude, Day of the Dead, when they're ripping that one guy apart, from like they grab him from his eye sockets and pulling his head out, and he makes that noise.
Actually, I ain't gonna lie, that made me laugh when I saw it.
I was like, oh shit, but all I thought was like, wow, that guy sounded like a fucking chicken getting his fucking head ripped. And then his like vocal cords, as soon as like they rip his vocal cords, it's like, oh, whoa, calm down,
man,
calm down, zombies.
So they don't give a fuck.
They don't give, dude, yeah.
That's why, you know, as much as I was like, God damn these zombies, leave the fuck alone. It's like they just don't know, man.
No, they don't.
You can't get mad at the zombies. They don't know what the fuck is happening.
It's just what they do.
Exactly. That's why zombies are my favorite horror creature, man.
Oh, dude, they will always be. Yeah, I could give two shits about anything else besides zombies. They will always, for the life of me, until I'm gone, until I fucking retire. They will always be the biggest fear for me. But I answered. I mean, I maybe I missed the significant answer from you, but what?
That was it. I don't think I would have done it.
You wouldn't have done it.
I think I would have.
You would have opted out.
I would have shot myself in the head.
Oh, really?
Before I done it, because I couldn't live with myself. You know, I would love to save that kid, but I don't know if I could do it at the expense of murder.
Right.
Especially grotesque, horrible murder like that, man.
Because you think about it, it's like if I, let's say I were to say, okay, I would opt out, but I would opt out only thinking that Otis would make it. But in Otis's condition, to where he's having to stop for air, he's having to stop to just to breathe. I mean, I'm like, okay, that kid is good as dead. And
I would have said, I probably would have done this. I probably would have said, if I actually had to murder, I would have done this. I would have thought, okay, if we would start, it's a hard decision too, man. I mean, pray to God you're never in that fucking situation. But if I had one bullet left and Otis had one bullet left, what I would have done is I would have looked at Otis and I would have said, I'm sorry. And I would have shot Otis in the head.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't know if he would have had the courage to do it or not, and I wouldn't want him to get torn apart. Yeah. And then I would have taken his gun, and I would have hoped to God that shit wouldn't have jammed or something, and I would have shot myself in the head.
Yeah. Oh boy. So
nobody
would be saying.
Nobody.
The kid be dead. Everybody. It's hard though. I mean, because but the thing is that I know everyone's like, oh man, he's such an asshole, but some part of me still feels like, it's laying really heavy on his head, which is why I love that scene where they were like backtracking to where he was in the shower, and you can tell like it really fucking affected him to where I didn't think he had like a pre-agenda that he was eventually going to do that. I don't think that really came into play, because if he did, he wouldn't be thinking about it afterwards, and so especially seeing Otis's wife there crying and part of me is like, man, the guy he's an asshole for doing it, but I understand. In some ways, I kind of understand.
I mean,
it didn't make me like really hate him or look at him as a complete villain. It's just you just don't know in that situation.
I'll tell you what I would do that probably a lot of people wouldn't agree with. I don't know if I could live with myself with that, and I don't know if I could live with watching Shane have done it. And if Shane and I had made it through that, like if I had been with him and him and I had been together and we made it. I probably would have at some point taken Shane out in the woods and killed him. Because I couldn't take it. I was just being like, knowing that you did that, man, and I don't know, he would have to like really convince me that.
That's if he doesn't kill you first. Just knowing that there's that guilt there. He knows only you know.
And that's why I would have to get rid of that motherfucking man. I would be like, there's no fucking way. I would be a devious motherfucker. I would say, hey man, you did what you had to do, and I'm all behind you. You and I. Yeah. We are never going to say anything about this, and I got your back.
That's right.
Until I got his ass out in the woods, and I would put a bullet in his head so fucking fast. In fact, I would lure him out there. I was like, Shane, man, somebody knows something. We got to talk about this. Come on out here. Yeah. And I'll put a bullet in there. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. Because I know, like, I don't want to end up like that dude in Goodfellas who was in that meatpacking truck with that music going on. Ding, 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 ding.
Were they playing Layla, where they
Yeah,
play,
there you
no.
go.
They
When
play the instrumental part of
zombies
Layla.
open up that meat packing truck and they're like, oh fuck. That guy's
no way.
That's because that motherfucker
way.
knew some shit he shouldn't have known.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No way. In that
Not
kind of
me.
world,
Yeah.
if somebody knows a secret, like you say every week, it's either you or me.
Yeah, it's better
Better
him.
you, yeah.
No, it's better him
Yeah.
than me.
Yeah. Fuck 'em.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Fuck that.
Wow. But that, you know what? Wow, that was a great episode.
That was a great
I was so
episode.
happy. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, people, we're
Yes,
done.
we're
There
done
you
with
go.
that. That discussion is over.
Yeah. So shit.
Yeah.
You,
Anybody scared? Come back.
yeah.
Come back. We'll wait.
Come
We'll
on
wait
back.
for you.
come
All
on
right, we're
back.
done waiting. All right. Yeah. Here we go. We're back. We're back.
Let's see. Man, we got getting down to some more Halloween scares here, man.
Yeah.
We we got this we were talking early before the show started about we got a guy who looks like a biker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a guy that you say he looked like Mike Tyson.
Yeah, he looked like a white Mike Tyson.
I think he's a Hispanic.
Yeah, you know, I looked at it again because I only got a glance of it. But yeah, you're right. He's more like a Hispanic Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I think he's like a Hispanic Mike Tyson because he got the tattoo on his face.
Mm-hmm.
You know, only difference is that he don't talk like this. You know,
Yeah,
that's why he got
yeah.
Mike Tyson be. He talk like this.
He kind of talks like this. He kind of talks like Dr. Gonzo from the Hunter S. Thompson Fear and Loathing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He talks like
Hey,
this.
you know, scared, man. Believe it or not, I'm scared of things too. You know, but they confront this guy. You know, because you look at a big guy like this. We got a video of here. This guy's big, earrings, tattoos, all tatted up. Looks like a biker dude. Large guy.
Big
really
motherfucker.
like if he hasn't gone to prison yet, just lock him up anyway, because you know he's
Oh,
going.
Yeah, he's guilty of something.
He's
Yeah.
like, what I do? I don't know, but you're gonna do something. And we gotta
Yeah.
put your ass away
Yeah.
before you do it. Guilty.
Yeah, you don't get those kind of tattoos if you're just hanging out with your friends on a Saturday night and you're
Yeah.
drunk and you're like, let's just get some tattoos on my head.
Exactly. Those tattoos
No.
mean you plan on doing something.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You know what I mean, goddamn
Yeah.
it. Come on. I'm calling the police on your ass right
Yeah,
now.
You're looking to get your ass in Arkham City or
Yeah.
something.
That's the only time I be
Villain.
prejudiced. Police show up like, well, what, sir, what did he do?
Yeah.
He looks like that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he did.
The
God damn
tattoo
it.
killer, right?
Yeah. But you're thinking like, okay, man, you're talking like about a big scary dude. What could scare this guy?
Exactly.
Well, we got a video right here of what scares this guy. And people, let me tell you what scares this guy. Puppies. This guy has a phobia of dogs, including puppies.
Yeah.
And you don't believe us, we got a video right here. It's
Oh,
on
yeah.
Animal Planet. It's called My Extreme Phobia.
Wow.
Some people might have even seen this episode. I have not.
Not me. I mean, I this is another show I need to watch.
Apparently so. They got.
Yeah.
I love those shows where people got mental problems. I mean,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
not. But hey, man, you know, like Hoarders and
Mm-hmm.
and even on. Okay, so Hoarders is on what? Bravo.
I think
is it AMC?
I
think it's
think
Bravo.
I think it's Bravo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bravo, and then or is it the Learn? All those motherfuckers blend together.
Maybe. Yeah, I know they're all the same.
Yeah, they got Hoarders, but I know Animal Planet has the like. Okay, so you have. I think Sci-Fi has like Ghost Hunters, and then you have Hoarders on Bravo. We think, or the Learn Channel.
Yeah.
And Animal Planet ripped off all that shit. I
Yeah,
think
they did.
I think they even have a show called My Worst Phobias or something.
Yeah, they have My Worst Phobias, and Animal Planet also has a show dealing with
Well, here's
ghosts.
Here's what Animal Planet. Yeah, I was about to say that. So there's a show called My Worst Phobias. I think so. We have Hoarders, and then we have Ghost Hunters. Animal Planet just ran out of animal shit to do. So what they got animal ghost hunters.
Yeah, well, that's called Haunted.
Haunted.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
but it's an animal version.
It's an animal version.
They got pet hoarders or something,
Yeah.
something like that, and then they got My Extreme Animal Phobia. So they just ripping everybody. They're like,
and I love it.
Take a show and just throw an animal in it.
Yeah, just throw a dog in the corner or something.
They gonna HBO has real sex. They gonna have Animal Planet's gonna have real animal sex.
Yeah, they got a dog collecting dog dishes and dog bones and piling that shit up in the living room. It's like, man, I can't walk through this shit. Got all your dog toys all over the.
We're gonna go in this dog's doghouse and see what's going on.
Yeah.
So you have your bones over here,
Yeah.
squirrels over here.
Oh shit.
Let's see what. But animal phobia. So this guy's like my extreme animal phobia. And this fool is scared of puppies. Let's go ahead and take a look. I mean, dude sounds tough too.
He sounds really tough. Like I said, that motherfucker sounds like he chews fucking nails for breakfast. He fucking eats nail cereal.
He looks like he should be eating puppies.
Yeah, no shit.
Probably the people he hang out with, they're like, that's probably how he came in and saw him. Like, hey, his friends like, hey, you want some puppies? And I went, oh, get that. Hey, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's a puppy.
What's the dealio? It's delicious. Let's see what we got here.
It's now time for Marvin's exposure, and I'm really worried about the next level for him.
Marvin.
I know. That sounds like every time I think about that name and being associated with that big fucking guy, I'm like, okay, that's guy.
Come on,
I
man.
just do not. Yeah. As innocent as Marvin sounds like he can do some fucked up shit to you.
Okay. You can't be named Marvin and be scared of puppies at the same time, all right? And be a big motherfucker like this.
I know.
You either got to change your name or you
Yeah.
got to quit being scared of puppies. Because, all right, he's big and scared enough to, like, back himself up with Marvin. You're like, yeah, your name's Marvin. What about it? Nothing. I like it. But if you see him like Marvin, he's scared of puppies, you going to risk getting an ass on him by, like, saying, hey, man, I'm sorry. You hit me.
Yeah.
That's funny, okay?
I mean, you just tell somebody, I'm going to introduce you to Marvin here. And Marvin's scared of puppies. You think fucking Willy Wonka's gonna come through the door?
Yeah.
Fucking the Johnny Depp version. And when you see this guy, it's like, whoa, what the fuck? Really? Really? Is this a joke on me?
Yo ain't Marvin and you scared of, man, I'm sorry. Hey, kill me, man. I don't care. Shit, kill me. Shit's funny. I'm sorry. I'll put a Nelson on that bitch.
Then you realize you can fucking laughing when you room across the room.
Yeah, shit with my.
Yeah, you got decapitated.
When you realize when you laughing ain't got no teeth. Let's see.
So, as you can see, we are here in the beautiful Golden Gate Dog Park. You don't go to parks, do you? Why not?
No.
Well, that sounds like
He sounds like a ghost.
Okay, this exposure is going to bring up a lot.
Damn, he looks scared too. That brother is nervous.
I just love him. He's like, oh no,
no,
brother.
Don't fuck with that. No, not puppies.
I don't do that.
You say there's puppies in there. No.
Get them puppies away.
Motherfucker sound like the Fed is inside or something. No, I ain't fucking with them. No.
That's bad news.
A pet shop? No, I ain't going in there.
Pain and memories from the past.
Oh, hell no.
Hey, Marvin, stay with me.
This pit bull puppy comes on a corner. My heart, almost jumped out of my body.
That fool's talking about. he said no. No, that puppy came out. I like what he said earlier though. Let me see if I can get to something here. What he said.
You can see we are here in the beautiful Golden Gate Dog Park. You don't go to parks, do you? Why not?
He's like, do you go to parks? And he's like, no.
I love at the beginning was like,
No. They got puppies and trees.
You know who I figured out this guy sounds like? This guy sounds like fucking Vin Diesel. That's who he sounds like. He really does. I've been trying to pinpoint it all fucking day. I'm like, who does this fucking guy sound like?
No. Puppies too fast, too furious. Don't fuck with them. No,
I don't
puppies. No. He's like, I don't go to the park, not at night. I might get mugged by a puppy.
Shit is like pitch black with puppies.
No, I might get mugged by Marmaduke. This dude, boy. Let's see. They brought that dog out. That dude was like,
God.
oh, hell no.
Oh, hell.
Hey, Marvin, stay with me.
This pit bull puppy comes on a corner. My heart, almost jumped out of my body.
So I jumped in my car and drove away.
I was fast and furious.
Stay with me. You're okay. Stay with me. Let's do this together.
No, I cannot deal with the puppy. He's like, no. That dude is panicked right now.
Yeah, he is.
Together. You're good. You're in control. If you're backing up, you're running from your fear. We'll let the dog get closer to you, but I don't want you to back up. This dog represents 40 years
Of you and your cowardice.
Of you being a pussy.
Yeah.
40 years of pussydom.
Yeah.
Pain. So can I let the dog come closer?
Little bit.
Okay.
Little bit.
You sound like some Marvin.
Just a little bit. Little bit. Just a little bit.
Little bit.
You tell her when to stop. I'm gonna let you tell her, okay? Okay, good.
love
Good.
I thought that was you for a
And
second.
the dog,
Damn, he sound like that dog got him turned on.
I know.
Sound like
that's what
he's
it sounds
ejaculating him all
Sound
over.
like he's fucking this dog. fucking this little bumpy.
Get that dog away from me before I rape it.
I gotta look for the dog part that says no dogs allowed.
Can you come a little bit closer? Okay. Think of your family who is not gonna want you to suffer. I think you should pet the dog.
That's what's going on in his mind right now. No dogs allowed.
You know, he's looking at me. No.
Marvin.
Be funny if that he's looking at me. You know what? When he said that,
Yeah.
I pictured that dog like when nobody else was looking.
Yeah.
When only him and that dog were having eye contact.
Yeah.
That dog did a motion with his paw, like doing like cutting his neck, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
He got sent to the pound instead
Yeah.
of the penitentiary by accident.
Yeah.
That dog's looking at me.
That
I can
dog
imagine
looking
him
at
walking through a haunted house with dogs looking at him at the windows. Oh, that dog looking at
Yeah.
me.
That dog like act like he's gonna cut his throat.
Yeah.
You're dead,
You're
motherfucker.
dead. Yeah.
You a dead bitch.
Wait till
Oh, he's looking at me.
Oh, he can't wait to get his paws on me.
The dog said he's going to kill me.
Yeah.
What? And they look back at that dog. That dog like, huh? That dog like a little psychotic Michigan J Frog.
Yeah.
Kill you, motherfucker. That dog. You know what that dog is like?
Uh-huh.
That dog is like that dog off of Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
You, me, tonight.
Rape.
Yeah, rape. Yeah.
Don't.
No.
That dog's looking at me.
He's looking at my ass. Ooh.
The dog says he's gonna rape me.
Oh, he got a dog. He got his red doggy bone out. Oh.
Get him away.
You know, it'd be funny
Uh,
if they try to like, you know, that guy's telling like, look, I don't want to deal with this dog. Get the dog away from me. It'd be funny if they cut and everybody, including that dog, was just dead in that park. Like he just fucking like snapped and murdered everybody.
I said, get him away.
Get this dog away.
Get this motherfucker
Mangy
away.
mutts.
I can't take it anymore.
Motherfucker just killed everybody
Gonna
out
pull
there.
a Shane on somebody trying to get away from them dogs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Be funny if he just picked that dog up, that puppy just snapped his neck.
It was either him or me.
Yeah.
Come on, Marvin. Think of your girls.
Ooh.
Think of your girls. Think of your girls.
Like two people are looking at him like, God damn, look at this
man.
pussy. Yeah.
I know it's like a guy and a girl. I like how they say think of your girls, and they cut
Yeah.
to like two people. One of them is a girl, and the other guy is a guy with a beard. And I'm thinking like,
Yeah.
well, is that other person a girl and she just hairy?
Yeah.
Does one of his girls have a beard and a mustache? No, these two
It's
are
the bearded lady. That's my friend.
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Yeah.
She's so ashamed of me. She grew a beard,
Yeah.
so nobody recognizes her.
Family is shame.
Yeah, man, it'd be funny. Be funny if they were like, because they got this look on their faces. They're like, these two people, whoever they are, they're looking at him like, man, can you believe we ever used to be scared of this guy?
I know. I'm like, yeah, like, man, you know you're on TV, right?
Yeah. Man, let's take this motherfucker's wallet right now.
It's like we should put him down like a
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
This poor
Let's just go and put a bullet in his head right now. Let's just take him out of his misery
No
right.
shit.
But before we do, let's snatch his chain.
Let's see how this segment ends.
Yeah. Shit, they, like
With some entertainment for us later.
they're looking at him like, man, this guy ain't shit. Let's
I
go there.
know, man.
They look at because the guy's wearing a lot of gold.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they looking at like him like, man, let's go. They just take his gold and like beat the shit out of him and just walk off.
No, it's like,
Fuck
man,
this
I
guy.
hope this guy never ends up going to prison. He's gonna be fucked with in more ways than one.
You know what? I'm thinking right now of like catching this guy.
Mhm.
I want to like catch this guy like in his car, and I want to carjack his ass, but I want to do it like wearing a puppy outfit.
Just like Scooby Doo.
It's kind of like Scooby Doo or something. That motherfucker.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. See that motherfucker like pull up next to him like,
Yeah.
Right here. And then you hear that dude, scared.
You bark at him and he panics and then you go.
Yeah. All right, motherfucker. Get out of the car. Just pull that motherfucker out the car. Shit. Now everybody here is now you in prison and he's in your cell. Get a magazine and cut the puppy face out of it and wear that as a mask.
Put that on your ass.
Yeah. Now put that at the tip of your penis right there. I'm walking towards him. Okay, I'll just bend over now.
Don't looking at me.
that penis with a dog face is looking at me. This fool here, boy, he's crying. I feel
he's
bad
like
for the
down
dude.
on it. Yeah, he's broken.
You're not a coward.
That fool is crying,
You're
boy.
not
Damn.
a coward. You are a strong person.
You're a pussy, but you're strong.
You're not a coward.
That makes you strong pussy.
You're a faggot, but you're not. You're not a coward. You know, it'd be funny if you just start laughing like the cowardly lion. That's funny. You know, did you ever see the Wizard of Oz when Toto was chasing him? He was like, get him away. He bit me.
I promised to get
Oh,
him
you
away.
big cowardly thing. I know.
Get him away.
I wasn't doing nothing. I was just having some fun is all.
I close my eyes.
Close my eyes.
And pray to God that this animal, this beast, would be gone when I open them.
Oh my! Anytime this guy opens up his mouth, it's priceless.
I know.
Like where I was when I was 5 years old.
This is why you're confronting your fear, because you can't keep living like this.
That dude's crying like a child. Boy.
I know you can't live like a pussy all your life. I'm scared.
Mama.
Oh
God
shit!
damn. Oh, that's him calling.
Oh my
Hey.
goodness! I know. No shit. He heard the show.
Hey, I heard you two faggots talking about me. Hey, go pick that up and hang
want
that
me
shit
to-
up.
okay.
Yeah, god damn it. Hey, tell that dude we don't want it. Say, hey, you know what? No, pick it up and tell him we're sorry. Just pick it up and hang it up. You know who this is making me think of right here?
Oh no, I know.
Who?
Pitbull.
Pitbull. Hey,
I break his
Hey.
legs.
get him away before I break his paws. Hey.
I spade that bitch.
Hey.
I'm new to him or whatever they do with these animals. I don't care.
Get that beast away from me. Hey, it's a werewolf. Hey.
Come straight from the animal kingdom.
Hey, you know, Pitbull be funny. Hey, get that lion away from me. Hey, you know, what is that? You get the animal all wrong. Hey, don't bring that panther near me.
Get that pigeon out of here.
Where'd you get that bear from? Hey, it's a fucking puppy. Hey, you tell me there'd be polar bears here.
A tarantula.
What are you doing? That should be in a zoo.
Yeah.
Hey,
Lock that bitch up.
hey, put that cheetah in a zoo.
Get that pound puppies motherfucker out of here.
I'll break his paws if you don't get him away from me. He's not invited to my slumber party.
He's gonna take all my kibbles and bits.
We want to know where we got the slumber party thing from.
Oh my god.
Pitbull sent us like a picture on the comment section of the site of this podcast one time, and he used a font that looked like it would be on a little girl.
No. Looked like a Hello Kitty font.
Yeah. And it's like
what was it, like Felix Curls or something?
Felix
like
Curls,
that?
yeah. Hey, Pitbull will break your legs. Hey.
Yeah.
But instead it looked like, hey, come, I'm having a pizza and slumber party. Come on over. We're doing makeovers tonight.
Come on over, Rover.
Yeah.
Let Pitbull take over.
Yeah. Hey, my mom said we could watch a movie.
We'll watch girls just want to have fun.
We're gonna watch the original Footloose.
Yeah.
But we don't want any tigers or bears here, okay? So keep them at home. Keep your puppies at home.
Keep that shit locked up.
Don't bring your zoo animals here, okay? Yeah. This is not a gerarium. Yeah, whatever.
A terrarium.
Yeah. What do I look like, Dr. Doolittle?
No.
Be funny. That's an irony.
Dr. Doo-doo.
His name is Pitbull. He's scared of pit bulls. Pitbull puppies. He don't even know what they are. Hey, get that thing away from me.
Get it out of here.
What do you call that thing?
That thing don't pay no rent.
Hey, they put out that pit bull, but hey, get that gorilla away from me. Hey, nobody said there be the McGilla gorillas here. Hey, gorilla, you can't come to my slumber party.
God.
Anyway, this guy.
You can't keep living in sheer terror. Enough is enough.
That music is killing me.
I know.
My babies.
No.
My babies.
You cannot leave being afraid still. I know you're going to be scared, but you have to touch the dog before you leave. I'm sorry.
Be strong, Marvin.
Dog.
Oh, he's gonna try to touch it.
Uh-oh. Be funny that dog turn around. Boo!
So you shake hands.
Yeah. Like he finally touches it. That dog like, ah! I'm doomed!
It jumps all on his head.
That guy would get in his car and drive to Europe.
Yeah.
He would drive to Europe. He would find a way to cross the ocean in his car and drive to Europe.
He fucking pull a Cowardly Lion, run away from the
And jump
Wizard
through a
of Oz.
glass, yeah.
God.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Fear.
I know it was tough, but you're moving forward and you're regaining your life.
You regained a new life.
I know.
Okay, jeez.
Now you can start inviting dogs to your slumber party.
Shit. Oh my god.
You know what I'm thinking.
Uh-huh. Oh man, I love that laugh.
Man, let's see what we got here. Oh man, that you know what I have to say,
Yeah.
and I really do mean this. I mean, we're doing this because this is a comedy podcast, but occasionally we get serious, and I mean this seriously right now. I as much as making fun of this guy, I really felt for him, man. That dude is
completely
crying
understand.
so hard. It's like I really feel for this guy, man. It's like, you know, we're making fun of him because we're making it sound like, oh, this guy's scared of puppies, but no,
Right, yeah.
this is a deep-seated phobia, man.
Yeah, how can you not like really like kind of laugh at that? But at the same time, I mean, I completely understand this guy because I mean I've been a victim of a goddamn pit bull attack where I've had a pit bull fucking attack my ass.
Oh yeah.
And after that,
did?
Damn. I mean, I stayed. I went to a friend's house. He left me alone with he had a really old pit bull that he found. It was an abused pit bull that somebody gave him. Whoever had this pit bull, they had an owner that abused the shit out of him. And I even think this dog had to have been involved in dog fights. But
Yeah.
the dog looked so thin and frail, like he really didn't seem all that threatening. But still, it's still a pit bull. So
Yeah.
my friends left me alone with this dog. I don't know what I was thinking, being in the house alone. But as soon as my friends left, I felt like this, like, bam, like on my robot. I had a robot
On your
body
shell?
on my shell, and before I knew it, I was like, ow. And I looked around, and it was like being attacked by a ghost. There was nothing there. And I look around down the hallway, and I see a tail wag and like running to the other side to where I can't see anymore.
Like it nipped you and ran?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden the dog started to go, arr, arr, and I was like, oh fuck. So I had to get my ass over to my friend's room. I closed the door. I fucking locked it. And I looked down, and I had oil dripping from my leg.
Shit.
Like, so the dog,
So strong enough to pierce metal.
Pierce fucking metal. Like, I saw the 2 teeth marks fucking in me. And it was clean, too, where it was just 2 holes. And I was bleeding, and I was like, oh, fuck. And all of a sudden, the door started to shake. like it sounded like a zombie fucking. It sounded like the door was rattling, and I looked around and all I thought was like, okay, this dog is going crazy, and it's gonna try to fucking tear down the door, and I gotta find something to kill it. I mean, that's the only way, or I'm gonna get fucking mauled to death. And luckily enough, my friends, I guess they heard before. I don't even know how they fucking found how they heard from outside, but they heard the dog. They ran in, banged on the door. And I was like, "Who the fuck is there?" And they were like, "It's us." Opened it, looked at me, and I was just like, "Look, dude, just please. I understand that dog has problems. Get that dog the fuck away from me."
Just get that dog the fuck out of here.
After that, I had the biggest phobia of dogs for like a good month.
Shit,
That'll
do it to you.
To where I went to go visit a friend one time, and I saw like a little fucking one of those small fucking chihuahuas. I'm walking in the middle of a courtyard. I hear this dog starting to bark, and I freaked out. I was like, I was really like scared, and I realized it was a little dog, but I was still scared. And like, I almost had another traumatic experience where I went to a 7-Eleven. I was getting out of my co-host mobile. I looked around, and all of a sudden, like it was almost like right behind my ear, I heard a dog go, row, 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 row. Where I didn't even look. I didn't even bother to look where it was coming from. It sounded like it was like a dog was fucking yelling directly into my ear. I fucking ran right into the 7-Eleven, and I fucking turned around and closed the door like I was going to bolt it. And I looked, and there was a dog just kind of hanging around. It looked like a friendly dog, but it was hanging on the back.
Laughing at your ass.
On somebody's pickup truck. And I was like, but I swear to God, it was like the fear of fucking Galactus in me, where I was like,
I know you inside. That dog's like, ah.
You might as well have, you might as well have fucking.
That dog looked at you and said.
That is exactly how I felt, man. Yeah. But it actually
hey, that dog like trailed off.
That's exactly what that fucking dog did. But it took a friend of mine who owned 2 like really big pit bulls to like get me over that.
Oh yeah, no, I hear you, man.
Yeah,
dogs will do that. They'll make people. I mean, they'll give people like they'll give you a phobia.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
yeah, you know. Hey man, you found something pretty funny here. Now, as we said last year, we were talking about a lot of blaxploitation horror flicks, and one that we did a trailer for was a movie called JD's Revenge.
Right. Well, this was last year. This was like the last show.
Yeah, last show. Did I say last year?
Yeah, you said last year.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, last show.
It feels like it was so long ago.
I know, right?
No, it last show. Yeah, we did that trailer for JD's Revenge. We talked about that trailer, and that was a crazy trailer.
Yeah, it is. In which, you know, if anybody out there has Netflix, it's available on Netflix. I just found that out today.
Yeah,
so
somebody
Netflix
sent me
streaming.
a message that said it's on Netflix streaming. I think that was left in our comments section. So yeah. And just when I thought they couldn't do anything else, should have known that after The Exorcist came out, Exorcist came out in 1973 now.
Yeah.
Should have known that. Now, it had a lot of ripoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Our influences, too.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, Amityville Horror, about 4 years later, was something that like was heavily influenced by The Exorcist.
Oh, yeah.
That whole thing was that whole thing was a fraud. A lot of people still believe that shit is true. That ain't true.
I believe it. Yeah.
Those people.
I got the book, Corey.
That book. Hate to tell you, but that book. Those people who wrote that book. No, okay. Not the people who wrote the book. The guy who wrote the book was looking. You know, he was told this story by 2 people who later admitted, like, yeah, we thought it up one night when we were drinking. Like,
I still believe it.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? That's a damn good story. It's in black ink, so I believe it.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Right here, next to the story where in black ink it says unicorns exist.
Yeah.
I believe it. If it says so,
I believe in believing it.
No, that shit is all fucked up. But they said like it came shortly after The Exorcist.
Right.
Everybody was crazy about The Exorcist.
Oh yeah.
So.
They wanted to make
these
some money off
motherfuckers,
that.
they were able to make money, lying and shit.
Yeah. Still making money.
Still making money.
Yeah. Shit.
But this shit right here, of course, it was obvious that black people we're soon gonna make their own black version.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
After Blackula, Blackenstein, Dr. Black, and Mr. Hyde. I mean,
what was that other one?
The Blummy.
Yeah, my favorite.
The Blummy, yes. After all those black horror movies, we had a Ghost Revenge story with JD's Revenge, and now, of course, somebody had to do a black demon possession story. And this is what this is. Abby.
Yeah, and this is featuring the king of cartoons.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Blackula himself is in there.
Yeah, which I had no idea that for the longest time I had no idea that Blackula was actually the same guy who's the king of fucking cartoons from the Pee Wee Herman show. Yeah.
Anybody knows Pee Wee Herman? They had two king of cartoons, but one of them was Marshall Wallace, I think is the guy's name, who is aka Blackula, aka the king of cartoons.
Let the cartoons
begin. I like that brother's regal too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love the way he used to look at the camera. It's like because they had he used to come in all week because he had that little projector with the cartoons. Kids, if you haven't seen Pee Wee's Playhouse, look up the king of cartoons, the Blackula king of cartoons. Yeah. And he would come in and he'd have a deep voice like this, and he'd come in, Pee Wee, it is I, the king of cartoons.
Yeah, and he was dressed up. He was dressed up to the nine.
Had that Burger King crown and everything.
Burger King crown, yeah.
And he'd come in and tell Pee Wee, and when we were ready to start the cartoon, like, let the cartoons begin. When he look at the camera, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, hello, children.
Yeah. No, he wasn't Uncle Remus.
No.
He wasn't Uncle Popcorn.
No, he wasn't Uncle Popcorn.
He wasn't Billy trying to be the king of cartoons.
He did address the kids out there on TV land. He's like, hello, children.
Hello, children.
Well, I can't even, that didn't even, see, kid sounds better. Yeah, that sounds even better. Hello, kids.
Yeah, that's
hello,
Billy.
Children. Yeah.
Hey, kid, what's up? This is Uncle Popcorn. Well,
I'm here to entertain you.
On your white mama, let the fucking begin.
We got some Casper up in this bitch. Some Cracker Ghost.
But yeah, in this movie, he doesn't play any kind of evil creature or spirit. He plays an exorcist.
Yeah,
who's trying to help Abby. Abby is possessed by the demon of something. I don't know.
Yeah,
demon of blaxploitation. I don't know. But let's go ahead and watch this. Listen to the trailer. And we got a clip from it.
Was Abby. This was Abby. A woman loved.
Damn, Abby was kind of crazy before she got possessed. You hear that? Shit, she need an exorcist way before then.
Oh, man. Love that comedy.
And in love. Until that night. Then something evil.
With a keyboard.
Waiting for that Fat Albert.
Came looking for a soul to possess.
And there's an orgy.
Stop thinking about your husband.
That creep. Forget him. Was this Abby? Now the fun.
Oops.
Starts.
Grab her, hold her.
There's the king of cartoons. Grab her, hold her, show her a cartoon.
Pee Wee, get a hold of her.
Yeah. Pee Wee, stop laughing. Help me. I don't like demons. Hamburgers. Damn, shoot that nigga across the room.
Leave this woman body.
Let the exorcism begin.
Abby. Rated R.
Rated R.
Oh,
I ain't seen nothing scary in that fucking trailer at all. Not a goddamn thing.
No. Besides the intensity of the king of cartoons.
Yeah.
I was like,
Grab her!
That got him in business.
Grab that bitch!
Jerry, get her! Terry the pterodactyl, help me!
Jumpy!
Yeah, Jumpy! Get your Mechaleka high ass out of here!
Okay, we got clip.
Oh, yes.
Because that trailer's so short, man. We got clip.
It is.
But this clip is crazy. I love this.
That clip, dude, that clip had me laughing all fucking day long when I saw it.
Hear me, demon. Leave this woman body. Leave her body and go.
I'm not going anyplace.
Damn. Sound like she is possessed by Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, that laugh.
Damn. Sound like she's possessed by my Aunt Abby, who just smoke all the time. Hey, Corey, come here.
My demon says, give me another pack of cigarettes. Run to the store and give me a pack of cigarettes.
She's been smoking that Winston Dick.
She been smoking them cools.
Yeah, menthols. Those menthols will have you talking like you're fucking
God
possessed.
damn, yeah. This bitch ain't possessed. She just been smoking too goddamn much.
I'm not through with Abby yet. You have no powers over what I do. All the powers of your so-called heaven can't control me. I've had enough.
Damn, she slapped the king of cartoons.
Yeah, she slapped that motherfucker. That was the craziest bitch slap.
Father, just stay there.
Come here, Corey. Give me some sugar.
Yeah, just stay there.
She really does sound like this. She sounds like this woman who, when I was a kid, she sounds just like this woman. I'm not lying. My mom was friends with this woman who, she was a heavy smoker and even a heavier drinker. Oh, yeah. And you could tell like she was drinking and smoking herself to death, man. Ooh. But my mom was a nice person. She was friends with this woman, and so she was always like red-eyed and yellow-eyed, and her lips were always wet and shit. And every time I come around, she'd be like, "Hey, Clark, come on over here and give me some sugar, baby." And I was just like,
shit.
"Oh, fuck, man." And I'm talking about when I was lady. I was about like around 6 years old. And I remember one time my mom's, I guess she saw her walking down the street or something, and she stopped to talk to her. And I exaggerate not, my ass jumped to the back seat. Oh, no, she was at my father's gas station. Okay. And my mom got out to talk to her. Since my mom got out the car and she didn't see me, my ass jumped to the back seat and hid on the floor. And I remember panicking like it was a horror movie.
Yeah.
Because she started looking through the car. She's like, "Where that boy at?" And I was like, and she looked down the floor and she's like, "Hey, there he is. What you doing, baby? What you hide from me?" And I was like, "Oh, no. Oh, God." And she did. And that's exactly what she said. Look at her. "Come here, baby. Give me some sugar." I was nice, though. I just like, I was a good kid.
I can smell your fear and your dirty draw. You will be kissed before dawn.
Yeah, man, she scared the fuck out of me. When she
I want that sugar.
Yeah,
I will have my sugar. I can smell you.
That'd be funny. You look out the window.
I can smell that sugar. Where is it? Someone's in my fruit cellar.
I know.
With some sugar.
She does that thing. She's just toying with me. Like she starts scratching the window with her claw.
I smell that sugar. I needs it. I wants it. Forever.
Oh, shit.
That's what this woman sounds like right here.
Just stay there.
And give me some sugar.
See, at that moment, she sounded like that bitch at that haunted house. I was like, damn.
Excuse me, I need some.
Just go over there. Enough. Just stay there.
Okay, is this where everybody tickets, right?
Yeah.
Just stay there. And then I'm going to get your ass.
I wish people could see this right now. That's the biggest Dolomite moment with the craziest, craziest camera edits.
I know, and I like that they gave her laugh echo.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it just makes it sound goofy. She just sounds like a cartoon character.
She does.
Man, this shit is just silly. The king of cartoons must have brought one of his cartoons in the way she's laughing. I mean, listen to this shit.
It's priceless.
I know. He's like, let the cartoons begin.
I hear that noise every time I pass by the homeless shelter.
And they messed up Blackula's afro, man.
I thought that was nearly impossible.
Please watch the fro.
Bats were crawling out of that fro going, what the hell's going on around here?
Damn, this bitch
Earthquake?
is crazy. She got bats flying out her ass. She act like she's possessed by Gollum or something.
She does. I love how she's like creeping around, like looking all over, like where's the exit for this crazy house?
Yeah, it's not like she's possessed by Jerry Lewis and he ain't even there yet.
I'm scaring black people.
Fucking nut. It's a madhouse. It's a
madhouse. You know what I like? I like, okay, only in the black version of The Exorcist. Like in the first Exorcist, in the white version of The Exorcist,
Yeah,
you know,
right.
it's the demon takes over a little girl. She's all deformed. She's got like blood and bile all over
She's
the room.
puking
all over
up
her
pea
dress.
soup. And
Yeah, she's like having a period all over the room.
Head
and
banging
shit.
and-
Yeah, it's like, you know, cussing people out. And of course, in a black movie, you know, the demon possesses a chick who doesn't get more grotesque. She gets sexier. She gets herself a little mini skirt and a nice little raincoat and some go-go boots.
Exactly.
And then when she possesses like in the movie, in the original Exorcist, like the girl spit pea soup all over everybody.
Right.
In this version, she just starts fucking up the house, and then she runs out of the house, gets in her Cadillac, and drives away laughing.
It's like Aunt Esther on a rampage or something like that.
You fish-eyed
You damn heathen.
You know what? I figure out who she's possessed by. Fucking SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Listen.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Gary.
That's why you should never do never do a SpongeBob marathon around Halloween. Oh, Squid. What's his name? Oh, I'm doing Squidward right. I fucked it up. Oh, SpongeBob. I love how they just threw in like every goddamn Halloween soundtrack that they could find and just layered that shit.
Meow.
Wow, that sounds like some shit is going down on MLK Boulevard. Oh my god, that is so awesome. Wow. Talk about talk about a black lady being on her period.
Damn. Hell has no fury like a black woman on her period, boy.
You motherfuckers, get out of my way!
What is it, lady? Cramps.
Cramps.
What was that from? That was like
Oh,
one of
I'm
those
gonna
damn
get you,
Wayans
sucker.
brothers. Yeah, I'm gonna get you, sucker. There you go.
Bring out the holy tampons.
Wow. We gotta put God in this chick.
Girl, you need the what do you say? Girl, you got the devil in you.
Yeah, you got the devil.
Damn, boy.
Wow.
Man.
that was fucking crazy.
Right now, I feel like
boy.
I'm possessed by the spirit of
I know.
rocking and bleeding, rocking and rolling. Let the thought fucking.
Oh shit.
Hit me with that
See that guy? Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Like, look at he's walking. Another zombie.
shit. Damn, we got some slow, lazy ass people in this neighborhood, man.
It's like, man, gravity is fucking with people today outside.
Jesus
What, they're
Christ.
hunchbacked over, walking all slow.
We got some old crippled ass late. If the zombie apocalypse ever happens, they'll mingle right in.
I know.
Zombies ain't gonna even
No
fuck with
shit.
them.
Well, don't be hanging around a fucking nursing home. You'll be confused.
Hey, welcome to Fuck Your Thoughts.
That is right.
I'm God.
Thought fucking
And this
section
you
of
not.
our,
The thought fucking section
of our
Let's Do
show.
This. It's the email section
Yes.
of Let's Do This.
We get to answer all the cool kids' emails out there.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to
Yeah.
fuck some thoughts
Fuck
right
your
now.
thoughts.
That is right. That is right. Well,
You know-
I got at least I got at least a couple here that I've been
Okay.
trying to get to for the past like 2 fucking weeks.
Okay, go.
But here, let me. Oh, great! You talk about not being prepared. Here, let me get to the first one here.
Okay.
Where is this? Come on, goddamn it! Where is it? All right, here we go. All right, this one is from Victor D. You know Victor. I'm sure you.
Victor D.
You were hanging out with him in
Yes.
New York, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Is that? Oh, wait a minute. Is that the same? That's not
Is
the
it,
same guy.
is it a different guy?
That's the thing you think of a heavy D.
Oh, maybe so. Well, this is Victor D.
Okay.
Same
thing.
And it says, yeah, it's like, I really need a virgin thought of mine to get fucked. It's getting pathetic.
Man, we can do that.
All right, it says, make sure it's fucked so hard that it'll wish it were a different thought. All right. All right, here's this thought. Okay, if you could ask any director, living or dead, what his or her intentions were when making a certain film, what director would that be, and what film would you ask them about? By the way, this is a hypothetical universe. They would answer your question completely.
Okay. Stanley Kubrick.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes Wide Shut.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Because I didn't know what the fuck was happening by then.
Yeah. Mine would be Joel Schumacher, Batman and Robin. What in the fuck were you thinking? Please. I'm still trying to figure out that fucking riddle.
Shit, I think the answer to that he would tell you is like, I don't know either. Believe me, I'm sorry because I don't know what the fuck was going on with that either.
I had the spirit of Abby in me.
Yeah.
I was
That set was shaking his shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You got another one, man?
Well, there goes that one. Yeah, I do have another one. This one is by our friend The Creep, who does
The
Madness Hour. Yeah, and recently they just did a
convention,
a horror convention called
Yeah.
FrankenCon.
FrankenCon?
He hosted. Yeah, FrankenCon.
Oh, man, I was
where
supposed to go.
We were supposed to go. I had issues going. I had issues. I was pissed off about that girl.
You had issues.
Yeah, I had issues, but I couldn't make it. Yeah, and I know we were both kind of busy. So, but I told him we would definitely try to make it next year if they do it again.
I would definitely make plans to go next year now.
Yeah, he said it was a blast. I mean,
I believe it.
They had people from Return of the Living Dead there. The cast
man.
of Friday the 13th. They had all kinds of craziness there. But his question here, it says here, question for the LDT. It's a new one, so rape this corpse good.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you, fiends, what or who is your favorite horror artist? Don't say Misfits or the corpse will become alive and eat your genitals. All right.
Okay. A horror artist in that sense.
Yeah. Well, that's what I kind of asked him.
Do Misfits count as a horror band? They're not really a horror band.
I would probably lump them in as far as like a horror band. Yeah, I mean they dress up, they fucking they wear the whole skeleton.
Okay, you know who I'm gonna say. Then. You know who I'm gonna say.
Oh, I know. I think I know who you.
Who?
Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Then who?
Who's the other?
Okay. Who's the other one?
Cannibal Corpse, just by their artwork alone, would be like a very close second.
Oh no. Well, see, okay. Well, that's my first because they honestly like. Their stuff is like the stuff that makes horror movies.
That's made of nightmares.
Their shit is their shit's about corpse rising from the grave and raping people.
Yeah,
so,
I know that shit.
Yeah,
that shit is disturbing.
It is. It is fucking disturbing. Yeah.
Okay. You know what I was thinking of. God damn it. What's the name, man? We saw them.
We saw them.
Yeah.
Okay. Kiss.
No.
Gwar.
Gwar, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, easily. Yeah. I could see that. Yeah.
Dr. Octagon would be second, actually.
It's funny. Yeah.
Dr. Octagon
I thought about, for some reason, Dr. Octagon popped in my head, too, but I'm like, why?
Because his shit is
crazy.
Man, if you listen to like the Octagon ecologist, there's some scary shit going on there. Like I always pictured making like a feature-length animated movie based around a mad scientist who created all the themes of the songs, and if you listen to it, it's crazy, but it would work.
Yeah. Hey, half shark, alligator, half man.
Half man, half shark.
No, you're absolutely right about that. But yeah, I mean, that Cannibal Corpse would be my number one. I love that fucking band. I love the imagery and the lyrics. Yeah.
I could see that with you. Hey, you want to try to answer that question again that we
messed
up on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. From M. Wolf or whatever.
M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Wolf.
M. Mr. Wolf. Yeah.
Question for let's do this. Now we tried to answer this question.
Three
times.
Yeah, 3 times. You're right.
Now, I guess it was twice. He said we were going to do it a third time.
Yeah,
now, if it fucks up on the third time, that question is cursed and was never meant to be answered.
That is absolutely right.
We'll see about that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll attempt to do it now. Fuck! No, I'm kidding. It crashed the computer. Okay.
Spirit of Abby, boy.
W Wolf. W_Wolf. I like to call him werewolf. I think that's what
There
that
you
W
go.
is for. Were.
It's Halloween.
War.
Halloween. A
Werewolf.
washing werewolf.
War. Corey and co-host, please fuck this thought while you make Goatsy watch. Oh, why is he gonna do that,
Why
man?
you gonna do that to
That's not
Goatsy?
nice.
He has enough problems.
Yeah. And as always, no lube required. No lube allowed. I've written 2 movie scripts, and I want to know the process. I don't know what the sentence is fucked up. But he says,
Okay.
the process works on getting these scripts filmed. I guess he's asking, how does the process work
All right.
for getting your script filmed?
Okay.
Why do I have to who do I have to contact and how? I'm from Holland, so I don't know how it all works. I showed the 2 stories I've written to 2 friends of mine, and they both said it was genius. Hopefully, it's my ticket out of the ghetto.
Damn.
Out of the Dutch ghetto.
No,
Where he's
shit.
getting jacked every day for his wooden shoes.
Yeah.
Clipping and clopping it.
Yeah, I know. It's like first thing you need to do is you need to sell them shoes and get your ass on a banana boat or something. Get your ass out of Holland.
Yeah,
'Cause
what you doing in Holland,
ain't
man?
shit happening in Holland, boy.
Yeah, get the hell out of Holland.
I didn't even think you guys realized what a film was over there yet. I thought you guys are still doing them flip books.
Also, I think it's about time Hollywood should make a movie about mental. Okay, I'm not reading that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something. That's a whole other thing.
All right.
Thanks for the fucking. You don't have to
Welcome.
call me afterwards. I know the way out of your apartment. I have to catch the 8 o'clock bullshit train anyways. Peace.
Yeah, I don't know if the bullshit train leaves from Holland.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can-
Yeah, if you catch it over here, I don't think it's gonna take it to Holland.
No.
Shit, I'd be lucky to get you down the street.
You'll be lucky to get anywhere. It obviously takes us nowhere.
You know what it would? It'll bring you right back here. I should have come full circle.
Thank God.
Hey, listen, my man. I told this to you twice already, but you didn't hear it. But I'm going to tell you for the 3rd time. I'm going to tell this story again. You wrote 2 scripts.
Right.
And he's talking about how his friends have seen them, and he's so proud that his friends think that he's a genius. Listen.
Your script is the shit.
Yes, man, we are so proud to know you because you are like the Einstein of scripts.
You're gonna get us out of here.
You're going to get us out of this ghetto.
Yeah.
It's up to you, brother. Now, here's the deal. They're your friends.
That is
okay?
right.
I'm sorry. And I know what you're thinking is like, man, my friends wouldn't lie to me. Even they might even think that.
Yeah.
But deep down inside, there's a part of them where you're just not getting an honest opinion.
That is right.
And if you and let's say you are, well, let's get that opinion from somebody else who is not close to you.
You're right, because I mean the thing is that you call them your friends for a reason because they are friendly to you. So,
they don't want to hurt you.
Yeah, they ain't gonna hurt you. They're gonna tell you everything you want to hear because they don't want to ruin that friendship. Yeah,
Exactly. They know better. So
they know this means a lot to you. Yeah.
So now, what you need to do, look, if you find somebody who's not close to you, preferably somebody who doesn't know you well at all. I don't know how you manage that, but if you can
good luck with that.
Yeah, but if you can do it, or if you can find, if you're in school and you have an instructor who has nothing to lose and just wants to be honest with you,
Oh yeah.
do that. And if the opinion from several people is you're a genius, and so be it. Then you're ready for the big time. But I'm gonna tell you something. This is a story I told last time. I'll tell it real quick now. I was watching this show on TV. It was a show. It was called Kitchen Impossible. They got this big old Australian guy that comes in and tells people, like big muscular guy, so you gonna listen to him because if you don't like what he has to say, well, he might beat your ass after. So, but this guy comes in and tells people what they're doing right and wrong on their restaurant so that the restaurant doesn't close. And he starts out with some very basic questions at first. One of them being the most basic question of all. How is your food? How do you think your food is? And in this particular episode, he was talking to a married couple who somehow inherited this bar. Well, I think they might have bought it, but somehow they acquired this restaurant and bar called the Cowboy and the Sailor, or the Sailor and the Cowboy. Surf and turf food, steak and fish and shrimp, and stuff like that. So crab cakes and baked potatoes.
Good shit.
Good shit. Or is it?
Oh no.
So, let's see what they have to say. So when he asked him how the food is, the guy responded. He's like, look, I prepared this food ready to order. It's fresh. It's seasoned well. I get it right out when you order it. My food is great. He asked the wife, is this true? This guy full of shit? And she's like, you know, I will not eat a steak from anyone else unless it comes from him. Mm-hmm. You know, unless he's preparing it, I don't eat a steak. That's how good his steak is.
Damn.
Big words.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be very confident.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So you're thinking, okay, they're going to put that out there. These guys know their food.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they had sort of a soft opening for this restaurant, where they just brought in a bunch of people who don't know this couple. Mm-hmm. And these people come in, they eat for free, and they give their opinion on the service and on the food itself. All these people had never met this couple before. This Australian guy comes out and asks him. Maybe the guy's British. I think he's Australian. But he comes out and says, okay, you had the steak. What do you think about that? And the first guy he asked, he's like, it's salty, it's seasoned too much.
Tastes like shit.
Yeah, it's like pretty much you just say, yeah, it's a shit.
I ordered the Salisbury steak, not the shit steak.
T-bone, T for terrible.
Yeah, I know.
But so this guy's shocked. Part of the story is, these people are delusional.
That's right. That lady's been sucking that guy's dick too long.
Yeah.
To know, but her taste buds are all fucked
up.
Yeah,
she's tasting something else.
Yeah.
The flavor from this penis is still in her mouth before she got the steak. Got to her mind, fucking with her head.
Yeah.
But the point of the story here is that your friends, and I know this has been the same way with me and with other people. There's a certain level of disillusionment that goes with these opinions from people who are close to you. Yeah. They're going to tell you what you want to hear. The other thing is, man, if you want to, I don't know what kind of scripts you have. I mean, I would try to get an agent. You might want to try to get out. Co-host is right. Get the hell out of Holland first.
Yeah.
And
then
go
to where the work is.
Yeah. I mean, and then unless Holland has a film industry that you want to get in over there, and that, in which case I can't tell you how it is. I can't say anything.
Yeah, it beats me.
But if it's anything like here in America,
it should be fucking easy. I don't see too many films from Holland.
Hell yeah,
it should be real easy. That line ain't long.
You know how to make you want to get your movie made? Go and bust that piggy bank open and just go shoot it. Can't be that expensive over in Holland. Shit, no. You know what? If it's anything like here in the States, and I imagine that there's a similar model. I don't know. I would, if you want to get your script read by somebody, get an agent if you can. If your scripts are just being rejected and you feel strong about them, or you just can't go through this means of getting an agent, then I would say try to get them made yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If they're not very heavy special effects driven, or even if they are, you got the money to figure a way around it to do them cheaply but effectively. Do it. If they're dramas or comedies, you might be able to get by with a cast of unknowns and make something good.
Oh yeah, easily. I'm sure there's other people in Holland that are just like you, waiting to fucking get the fuck out of there in any way possible. If that means starring in your movie, they'll do it.
Go watch. There's 3 movies I would watch if I were you. I would watch El Mariachi. I would watch Clerks.
There you go.
And then I would watch, what's the other one? Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, there you go. And you know what? Speaking of Napoleon Dynamite, I mean, that was made because of a short that those guys did. And like my advice to you would be like, you know what? If you can't afford some way of making an actual feature length, try to make a short.
Yeah.
Submit it into some film festivals. There's a lot of people out there right now that are making it because they made a short. Somebody who's like, shows up at these film festivals, they see it, they like the idea, and they're like, you know what? We like your idea so much, we want to make it into a feature.
Yeah.
And
you want to watch something
be surprised.
else. Yeah. Go watch Christopher Nolan's, I think it's Walking.
No, Following.
That's
you
it.
go.
That's a short film that he did a long time ago. No big production value there. Watch that. Watch Spike Lee's first movie. She's Got to Have It, man. There's a bunch of first movies that people went out and did on their own.
Oh yeah.
And they got those movies made and made a name for themselves. And so yeah, I mean, there's all kind of ways to get your script. Now you sound more like a writer. This guy sounds more like a writer than a director. So if you can find somebody who wants to work on a project with you, and you guys are confident that you can get it done, there's a way to do it.
Go to some of your film festivals, and if you have any, as far as like local type film festivals, check out the film, see who's making them. Try to like make connections, if in that small pool, in Holland, and see what happens.
I agree.
Just don't annoy the fuck out of anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Because those dreams will end real quick if you were fucking annoying enough.
Walking in there with them heavy wooden shoes.
Yeah.
Don't come flip-flopping, sneaking up on people.
I'm trying to watch a movie over here.
Hey.
I don't know if that's how they talk in Holland, but
They do.
Okay.
It's the ghetto.
I'm watching a movie.
Yeah. It's the ghetto, like he said. Of course they
All
do.
this clicking and clacking and goddamn what? Mr. Ed just walked in here. What's
In
what
fact,
the
that's a
hell's
little
going
too
on?
clean. It's the ghetto. Like, hey, man.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, there's some nice wooden shoes. I like them.
Yeah, I like your shoes.
Bitch. Give them to me. All right, man.
You sandals, bitches.
That's it, man.
That is it.
That is
Another one in the Halloween bag.
That is it.
That was fun as hell. Now I don't know what you're doing, Corey, but I'm gonna go hand out some trick or treat candy to the children out there. Yes.
Okay, man.
And I'm gonna try to stay away from the biggest fear I have tonight. A lot more frightening than any kind of vampire, ghost, or zombies that you could throw at me. The police.
Uh-oh.
Because you know what? Those motherfuckers are looking for people tonight on Hell's Night, and believe me, they are taking blood. And I ain't fucking around. They literally will take. They will literally take your fucking blood to make sure you guys ain't drunk.
But you say don't worry about the ghosts and goblins.
Yeah.
Worry about the police.
Yeah, the popo.
The popo. Yeah. All right, people. That's it.
That is it, folks.
Right.
Hope you had fun with this
We
one.
did,
Shit.
man. We did. Yes, it ain't over yet.
Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper!